radio and also on the AFL Tyres Taz live stream. We've got a special commentator this afternoon making his debut on City Park Radio. It's Launceston legend and Launceston board member, Mr. Malcolm Atkins. Well done, Malcolm. Welcome to you today.
Thank you very much. Welcome to you too. Welcome to Windsor Park at our new surface, our new lighting system. She's all set to go.
Absolutely.
Enough of the legend, by the way.
Come on. We might reminisce today a little bit about it's the 150th anniversary of the club, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah. Big event in 2 weeks' time at the tail race to celebrate 150, oldest club in Tasmania. So it's nice to be able to put it all together and get some oldies back and some history back and some great camaraderie back over those many, many years. What year did you first set foot on Windsor Park? 1978 I came here playing with Scottsdale against them, but in 78 I joined Launceston and had a bit of a breakaway when they played in the first state league. We weren't in the first part of it. We came back in the early 2000s and been here ever since.
Absolutely. It's interesting, there's a few old mid-80s clips on YouTube now of Windsor Park. When you look at the back and at the sides of it, it's a completely different landscape.
There was nothing there.
That's right, there was nothing there. It was just the river.
There was an old metal scoreboard here somewhere around this area that was we used to use.
We're going to talk more about that as the day progresses. But we've got a big game on the ground here. We've got Launceston out here and they're warming up, and Deloraine now just coming through their guard of honour by the women's team. We just had a really good win, the top of the table clash, 1v2, Deloraine 3-4-22. Defeated Launceston 1-4-10. Earlier today, a massive win to the Seconds Development League team for Launceston, 35-15, 225 to Deloraine, one behind. So as far as today's games are concerned, it's 1-1 between the Blues and the Kangaroos.
We had the under-18 game last
night. The first game under lights.
First game under lights, and it was great spectacle. Launceston were a bit too strong, 20-21, 141 to 117, but Deloraine have got some promising young blokes. There's two of them possibly playing in the senior side today from that under-18 side. But yeah, the spectacle under lights was fabulous to see.
So of course the lights are new here for those that are not aware. We've got the brand new light towers, and a bit of testing went on, and then it was all fine and ready to go.
All fine, ready to go. So we'll shuffle a few games over future home games and play some games starting at 4 o'clock, so we get a bit of a twilight game as opposed to a night game.
We better get down to our boundary rider, Tony Webb, who's on the surface of Windsor Park. And Tony, it's a beautiful surface.
Breeze, it's a little bit fluky. It's down at the moment, but halfway through that last game we saw the flags waving quite a lot, so I reckon they were cutting them out. As per usual, probably the scoring end will be the town end. Malcolm can talk about that because he played here a few times up forward, so he'll know which end's the scoring end and where the angles are.
We've got a debutant today for the Deloraine Footy Club.
There is. It is the young fella Ethan Holden playing his first game, number 46. So I'll be interested to see how he goes. Young Sean Williams, number 28 for Deloraine. It's actually his second game, but it's his debut because he only lasted 30 seconds into the first quarter of his debut game. So they're basically treating it as his debut because he didn't have much to talk about, that one.
Okay, Tony, we'll get to you as the day progresses.
Okay, no worries. That'll be great.
Thank you very much there to Tony. Some team list there for you, Malcolm, just sorting it out there.
Yes.
We didn't have much of a break there between the women's and the men's game, so we're just sorting ourselves out here. Will be a little bit of a later start than anticipated, just due to the slight overrun there of the women's game. Okay, let's look at the game, Malcolm. So, look, in these last 2 minutes, it was an easy win to the Blues out of Deloraine. But, I suppose from the Deloraine's point of view, and Nick Milburn and the hierarchy there at Deloraine, they'll be looking for some improvement since that game.
That's all they can hope for, is that you even go quarter by quarter to make sure that you're as competitive as you can in each individual quarter. Worry about the next quarter at a later stage, but just try and be competitive. Keep with players, put the pressure on Launceston as best they can, and learn from how you see the Blues run the ball through and out of stoppages. So I hope they picked up from that from the last time we played them. The very windy day out there earlier in the year. And I think all we saw the scoring in one end just about.
And the Blues without a couple of key players. Brody Polfreman, did a bit of a hamstring injury.
Yeah, just having a rest. He'll probably be right to play next week, I would think.
And Zach Morrison. Zach's one of those players that plays rep footy, state footy. And I suppose at some stage you've got to have a bit of a rest, don't you?
Sometimes you get a bit of a break. He's a fair workload, and he'll continue to have that workload, I think. And if he's still in the Tasmanian squad, then he might get a game when they play New South Wales in a couple of weeks.
Chance for a couple of younger players. Noah Hedger had a little bit of senior experience last year, and he's come back into the side today. Lenny Faulkner, another young player that's back in the senior team. So some chance for some younger players. Jess Buller is another one I'm interested in seeing, because I know he's on the edge of the Devils squad there, and
he's very close
to the
edge. He played under 18s last week,
yes.
So he's just on that cusp. I think he's probably another year away from being a consistent senior player, but he's not far away. He's playing some good football.
And, coaches, of course, Jake Hines and Nick Milburn, who's done a great job there at Deloraine. It's good to see. He's worked very well with the players that have committed to the team. Of course, some players decide to go and play in other leagues, but some good young players there, and it's all about development and trying to improve year on year.
You've just got to do that. They've just got to look at that as a 3 to 4 year project, not a 1 year project. Don't expect to be a super competitive side against the top ones this year, but make sure that next year you're looking at every single time you play, you get closer to those top sides you're playing.
Just before we went to Tony in the middle, you were saying there that there could be senior games played on lights here before the end of the year.
Yes,
yep.
We'll look at the last 3 games we have here are all home games.
Yes.
And they'll all be played at 4 o'clock senior games. We do believe the NTFA wants to play senior finals at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So we'll get a bit of practice under lights.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll play South Launceston second last game and North in the last game. So those are the 2 great games to come to watch at 4 o'clock.
Certainly, and looks like Deloraine have broken up, heading their positions. I missed the toss there. Tony, are you over there? Did you see who won the toss there?
I did. Kai Chilcott from Deloraine won the toss against Juice Hines. So Deloraine are going to be kicking to the town end of the ground. Breeze has dropped off quite significantly, so I don't think it's going to have any impact on the game at this point. Could well get up. Play to look out for is number 35. He's on the wing opposite you.
Yes, I can see him there now. The chocolate blonde hair.
Yes, he did that especially for you guys because he knew we were broadcasting this game.
Okay, it's young Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar Johnson.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for him. I'm sure we won't miss him. Thanks, Tony. We'll get to you during the day.
No worries.
Oscar played on Friday night as well.
Yes.
Last night in the under 18. As did Caleb Atkins, one 27 played as well.
Chilcott having a good year. He played rep footy last week in ex-Blue.
Ex-Blue, had a couple of years down here, Jai did. So it's nice to see him going back to his club. We had no objection to that, and we hope that he can bring more players back when you get a quality player like he is to the club. So best of luck to Jai for his rest of his career. So
about to get underway here at Windsor Park. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas for all your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Thank you for your support in season 2025. All's in readiness. Good cloud cover now. We had quite a sunny patch there during the women's game. Umpires today, Oliver Wright, Tom McEntee and Duncan Hill. And we're underway here at Windsor Park. First contest won there by Bloomfield in the ruck. He follows on, tries to get it to Milburn. Might be a push in the back. And the coach there, Nick Milburn, gets the handball away. Running off now is Chilcott. Got tackled from behind, an effective disposal. Presnell picks it up, wide and out of Pfeiffer. By hand links up with Jeffries on the wing, takes a bounce. Angus Jeffries runs his full measure, left foot pass, almost intercepted there by Taylor for Deloraine. Spills to Buller. He's tackled from behind. The scrappy footy, Conway, ineffective handball. A lot of Deloraine players around the ball, they force it wide. Coming in again is Buller. The handball away, ends up with Gillow, kicks inside 50. Wilkinson on a one-on-one, Archie Wilkinson, too strong on this occasion. Up against his opponent there in Ben Atkins. And nice strong grab there by Wilkinson.
Good body positioning from Archie. So 35 metres out, slightest of angle, shouldn't have too much trouble registering the first major for the game.
So he's gone back to the digits of 50. Left footer. Left footer? Am I imagining that? Right footer. There I am imagining that. Kicking for the first goal of the game. Think he might have just snuck it in. No. Boundary umpire fooled me there. I thought he was going to put the 2 digits up, but one behind, first score of the game. Kick out comes out now to Milburn. He's playing on the ball today. Milburn, China is the call, is his nickname. Has to play on now.
They must get the ball moving.
Goes wider here, looking for Chilcott. Presnell, his fellow number 2, gets there late. Chest mark taken there by Kai Chilcott. Kicks up the wing. Looks for a target there, and Richards can't take the mark. Faulkner gets a kick away. Intercepted again by Chilcott. Runs into a tackle. Ball up on attacking 50. By Duncan Hill. Throws it up. Farquhar in the ruck contest. Heading towards Jaden Hines and Ryan Byrne. Now Ryan Byrne, I believe, is the grandson of the great Davey Byrne.
Didn't know that.
He would have played against Davey back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah, remember. Very good player.
Very good player.
It's interesting to know.
There you go. Number 4 there for Deloraine. So boundary throw in. Faulkner, some sort of tap away. Tackle laid there on Ben Blacklow. Chilcott's got it. It's thrown to the ground. Umpire McEntee will ball it up. There's a little bit of push and shove. You're the lads getting a bit excited. Farquhar gets it to Jaden Hines. He's right on the boundary, right in front of us here. Now common position of the Windsor Function Centre. So good pressure early on from the Kangaroos.
Pressure's very good from the Kangaroos. They've come to put it on straight away. You need to do that. You need to maintain it. That's the essence of this game against the Blues. Maintain the pressure.
Young boundary umpire does a great job there. Throws it up. Here's Buller. Tackled from behind. Handball not effective. Out towards Byrne. It's rid of his tackler. Chilcott now to Richards. Arches the back, gets away. Hasn't got a lot of options. Just kicks to space.
Long way across there.
There's a runner there in Ben Atkins. But it's intercepted. Short kick now towards half forward to Bailey Gillow. Slides in and takes the mark. Of 3 Gillow brothers that have played here at the Blues. Bailey now launches from 55 to the goal square. Wilkinson again. Too strong in the contest. Up against a couple of Kangaroo defenders. Just put his hands fairly in the back there, his opponent. Got some separation and takes a good mark. Right on the edge of the goal square.
So from 15 metres, he shouldn't have any problem with his second shot at goal for the day.
Famous last words, here we
yes,
go.
I know that.
He's put it through. Archie Wilkinson kicks the first for the Blues, and they go to 1-1-7, leading Deloraine yet to score. Malcolm's, we'll both do the goal kicks, Malcolm, so if one of us misses,
We'll both keep an eye on it.
We'll both keep an eye on it. There we go. Yeah, just finding it difficult to get out of their defensive 50, the Deloraine boys at the moment.
Yeah, Launceston tends to get a bit of a wall across when you get so many players pushing forward into our forward 50. There's a wall that the Blues have set up, and it's very hard to penetrate that. The last incursion went sideways, and it's a very, very wide ground, so you don't gain a lot of ground by going across this ground. It's 155 metres wide.
That's right. Yeah, young Marshall Richards there. Marshall Richards, have I got that right? William Richards there. He looked for an option. He just had to kick to space, but it was a 2-on-1 contest, and it came straight back in. Farquhar with the tap, looking for Jake Hines. Off the ground, comes back to Jaden Hines. This way, that away on the right foot. Searching kick here, looking for Farquhar. Lays the spoil. Deloraine player did pretty well there in Rickard. Spills now to Ryan Shipp inside 50. Is the dangerous Ben Hyatt. He's clutching his ankle there is Liam Taylor.
Yeah, he's rolled that.
It's getting up, hobbling, keep moving, try and keep it warm. So the ruck contest once again. We've got Bloomfield. Farquhar wins it beautifully to Jake Hines. Ryan Shipp kicks to Wilkinson once again, and a bit of a wrestle. He's taken the mark. He could be having a day out here. It's his third contested mark. Wilkinson, time's up against Ben Atkins. He got to the ball drop nicely and took the chest mark low to the ground.
He's certainly got a weight and height advantage over Ben, so it's an issue that Deloraine might have to look at if Archie's getting that much possession of the ball.
So kicks for goal.
The second one.
And that's his second, and that's Launceston's second, 2-1-13. And they're leading Deloraine yet to score. And we've been playing 5 minutes here.
Archie Wilkinson 2-1, Deloraine 0.
That's it. And a lot of the Blues players have stuck around from last year. You picked up a few. Ryan Tyrrell, Jacob Boyd, Archie Wilkinson is a case in point.
Yes, coming back to the Blues, several from Bridgelaw, sorry. Archie came back from Hillwood.
Of course, Archie played his junior footy here.
Junior football, yeah. Angus Jeffries came with him from Hillwood to try his luck at this level. The rest were probably already here and have stuck around to play in the new NTFA.
Oliver Atkins in the centre now. A few of the Atkins boys playing here today. Nice bounce by the umpire. Cleared away there by Bloomfield. But it falls now to Farquhar, his fellow ruckman. Gets the handball away. Conor McCormack kicks it inside. An open 50. And taking a nice mark on his chest there is Finn Price. On the side today. Two Price brothers here at the Blues. Finn and Jesse. Sons of Darren.
Sons of, yes. He got 7 goals early today in the reserves.
It's a big bag. And Sonny Whiting running around in the reserves.
Yeah, had a nice 16 today.
Okay.
This will be right on Finn's left line, I would think. That's about his distance.
He's going to be kicking from about 45. Long run up, slow and deliberate. Right in front of the big sticks. Price for goal. Might be fading a little. No, it's got snuck inside the left goal post.
He's just got the distance.
He has indeed. He picked it well there, Malcolm Atkins. So that's his first. And we've got 3-1-19 for Launceston. Deloraine yet to score. So they've had all the footy so far. So a couple of goals now to Wilkinson.
Yeah, Launceston had the last 2 clearances out of the middle, and that's been the big advantage. They've had to get the ball a little forward line quickly. That one for Finn and the previous one for Wilkinson.
Yeah, he's got to try and get themselves some forward entries. Got some dangerous players down there in their forward half. They get it down there. But, at the moment, it's all been the Blues' way. Young Dylan Farquhar, who's transferred this year to the club from Bridgenorth.
Bridgenorth, yes, came with Jake to try his luck, and he's doing very well. Doing very well indeed.
A lot of his junior footy up forward. He's certainly slimmed down and he's looking pretty athletic and fit at the moment. So once again, it's Bloomfield and Farquhar. Go at it. Farquhar probably won that tap. Atkins for Launceston gets tackled. A secondary ball up the attacking side of the centre circles. Quick throw up. Farquhar taps it to the side of the contest. Comes out here towards Chilcott. Richards is tackled by a couple of Blues. Can't escape. We'll get another ball up. Up it goes. Shucked there by Milburn. Swinging kick towards half forward. Darcy Hewitt's in there. He got shove out. So Darcy Hewitt, 9 goals this season for the Kangaroos. Kicks to a player who's not leading. Kicks it straight down the throat there of Ryan Tyrrell. Okay, he thought a player was going to lead to that space, but he actually didn't. Tyrrell shorting out a Faulkner inside defensive 50. Low kick could be cut off here. By Rickard it was. Little Chilcott pushed from behind. No free kick. Blow your whistle, says somebody in the crowd. As Tina McCormack gets a handball to the side of the contest. Conor McCormack backwards now to Tyrrell. Kicks up the wing in the Conway direction. Good spoil from behind there by Last. Coming through nicely there is Bloomfield. He gets tackled though. Ball spills out of the contest. Tap on from Richards. Richards again. Now to Chilcott. That's good footy and they've got a loose player. That's Ryan Byrne, who's in the forward pocket. Probably too far out to score. He's right on the boundary line, 48 out, shorts it up and finds Darcy Hewitt leading out and taking the mark. And he is within range, perhaps a slight breeze behind him. So must be a link-up footy we've seen from the Kangaroos now.
Yeah, good moving down the far side of this ground. They've moved the ball into the forward 50 very well. Much better position for this shot at goal from virtue right on 50 you'll kick from. Not much of an angle.
Really need this one, the Kangaroos. It's a fast start from the Blues. Darcy Hewitt, well-built young lad. Not a great kick. Might work out okay. Spills to the back though. Cleared out by Hedger. Long kick. Croydon front position. Off the back it's Milburn. Little fumble. Pursues the ball. Does Nick Milburn. Richards tries to work it out. And they're going to make a contest of it on the wing. So Nick Milburn, I think he might be 40, 41 years of age. Played a lot of footy at East Devonport.
A lot of football.
As Richards is tackled by Jeffries. We'll get another ball up. Umpire McEntee has the footy. Throws it up. Farquhar with a nice tap in the Atkins direction. He spins out. Can't get a quality handball away. Jeffries working hard. Milburn working hard. Out it comes. Out to Rickard. Rickard now to Chilcott. Kicks inside 50. Tyrrell will get back. Almost takes an intercept mark. Gets his right hand to it. Pursues to the boundary line. Gets a push in the back. And Ryan Tyrrell will take the free kick. Settles back now for the kick. Beautiful delivery to Jeffries. Just might have got under it too far. Gets his hand to it. Picks it up now. Gets it out now to Jake Hines. Here's the call from Connor McCormack. He gets it further afield now to Presnell. He'll get to 50. Lockie Presnell for goal. Wilkinson's there. Takes the mark in the goal square. And we'll go back and kick his third. Waste no time. 3 goals, Archie Wilkinson. 4-1-25 the Blues. Deloraine yet to score after a good little patch there from Deloraine.
Yeah.
So that coast-to-coast movement. That was a great kick from Tyrrell to release.
Until the coast-to-coast, Deloraine, the few minutes before that, were actually very good. They were very competitive. They were moving the ball well. They weren't moving it well into the forward line accurate, but their endeavour was great. So that's just a loose player on the far side of the ground allows Launceston to get an easy goal. From Archie kicking his third, he's having a lovely day.
I'm talking to some of the coaches and players of the NTFA clubs that have joined the TSL clubs from last year. It's that movement of the footy. It's the big difference they've found. Here's Brian Byrne, does well, gets out of the centre. Up here towards Hewitt, nearly takes it. Might get it back again. Handball sideways. Milburn kicks inside 50. All Launceston back there, and Jake Hines comes out, takes an intercept mark. Plays on now. Spearing pass. Finds Lucas Sullivan. 45 kick for Atkins. Gets it on the half volley. Has to play on. Gets around his opponent. He'll get it back again. No, he won't. So Sullivan bursting through the centre. For North Launceston player. Kicks inside 50. Tries to find a target. Loose footy. Mikalovic there. He can't pick it up. Price dives in. On top of the footy. Umpire circling, he'll be penalised there, young Price. So when you dive on the footy, you've got to get it out.
You've got to get it out. You must, if you're going to make that effort, then you'll make the effort to punch it out, move it out, get it out somehow.
Liam Taylor with a long kick outside 50. It's coming back again though. But he'll get it to Taylor. Marks on his chest. Slight ankle injury earlier. Seems to recovered.
Deloraine must change the direction. They must make Launceston move across.
Listen to you, Malcolm, because that's what they did. Milburn gets it now here towards Ben Atkins. Kicks up the wing. Picking up the ball there is Jet Chilcott. He's tackled. Should mention today that Jalen Chilcott's out of the Deloraine side. He's kicked 10 goals this year. Not sure what the issue is there. Tony might find out for us. He's around the Deloraine people later. Jalen Chilcott. 4-1-25. It's yet to score here at Windsor Park. Down he's thrown a bit short. Spills now to Richards. Weaves his way out well. Beautiful play by Richards. But he's going to kick it to a Launceston player. No, it goes on the top of ship. There's a chance there for Lucas Bakes. He lays the tackle and wins the free kick. Good work, Lucas Bakes. He's probably too far out to score. He's right on the paint of 50. There's a slight breeze favouring that end, but I still think it's a long journey to clear. He goes a short kick. He has a player all by himself. And that is the debutant in Ethan Holden.
Wow, he could have an opportunity to
he could join that
his first possession, first goal.
Join that exclusive club, first goal from first possession.
40 metres out, 45-degree angle, breeze ever so slight with him.
Let's see.
What's his kicking skills like?
Well, we're about to find out, Malcolm. He delivers close to the man on the mark, keeps it low, not bad. Just off to the right. One behind, first score for the Kangaroos. 4-1-25 to one behind. Kick out comes now to Presnell. Presnell wide, leaping up and taking the mark there is Jaden Hines. And lots of calls from lots of players. Whistle now invites him to play on. Spots up Atkins for Launceston. Oliver Atkins plays on. Spearing pass. Clears the contest. Richards, who's been really impressive, gets it to Chilcott. Long to a one-on-one. And which way does the whistle go here? Goes Delorain's way. Ben Blacklow. The flying mullet. And another opportunity here for the Kangaroos. Their third shot for goal inside 50. Impressed with the young number 19 there, Richards. Malcolm.
A great run out of the back line.
William Richards.
To get the ball clear, get it 30 metres out, directly in front.
And he has kicked the goal for Deloraine. Ben Blacklow. And a lot of car horns there acknowledge that goal. 1-1-7, Deloraine. And Launceston 4-1-25.
Does seem a good crowd here from Deloraine today. I noticed that earlier. There's a lot of support to come, which is great to see. Regardless of how the club's going overall, they still come and support your team. That's how you'll get them to improve as well. I
was quite surprised the other week we covered the Deloraine-Scottsdale game, the number of Scottsdale people. And that's the longest trip in the league. Yeah. They travelled out to Deloraine, so that was terrific.
That's good.
So good to see. And then moving to a regional model, we do tend to get bigger crowds with the less travel. And it's good to see people loyal to their teams regardless of how they're going on the ladder. But a good goal there to Deloraine. Marching back to 18 points. From the middle, Farquhar taps it to the side to Hyatt. Nice one back to Bailey Gillow. Kicks to space. Running onto it here will be number 13 last for Deloraine, Jaden Last.
Great tackle.
And a fantastic tackle, stopped him in his tracks.
Looks like Lockie Presnell, terrific tackle.
So Jaden Last, who was included in the NTFA squad, didn't quite make the final team, but that's a good acknowledgement for him. Farquhar flips it over. Gillow, lovely handball. Inside 50 now from Atkins. And I think a free kick might go to Wilkinson at will. He was pushed out of the contest. So he's just so dangerous. When they move it quickly.
They move it quickly, yeah.
He's kicked 3 already in this first quarter. So we talk about the history of the Launceston Footy Club. We could be seeing a Donachie-like performance here today.
Wow, yes.
Some big bags back in the day. So Wilkinson, 30 out, pretty much straight in front, kicks his 4th goal for Launceston. 4 out of 5 for Archie. And it's 5-1-31 to 1-1-7.
We played Scottsdale here. He had, I think he had 9 or 10 at half time. Okay. 8 or 9 at half time. He finished with 10. He had a day there where he thought he was going to have a real bag of goals. So he can kick them when he has a day.
I think he played. Where else did Ian Donachie play? I know he played at St Pats there for a little while.
Deloraine.
He played at Deloraine, of course he did.
Deloraine, yeah.
And I think he might have kicked a big bag there against Georgetown.
He holds the Tasmanian record, senior record of 23.
Yeah, he got it. That was it.
Against them that day.
That's right.
23 out of 32. That's,
there you go.
Not a bad effort, that one. That still stands as the NTFA record.
As Tom McIntyre throws it down from the middle, trying to work it out there was Bloomfield. Tackle laid there on Blacklow. Interesting handball there from the young player and Tatnall. Contested footy. Chilcott goes in. Atkins has been busy. Look away handball from Presnell to the ruckman Farquhar inside 50 in the Hines direction. That's Jake Hines. Takes a strong mark against Jaden Last. Might be within his range.
He's going to look. No, he's going to line up for his shot.
He's looking inside there.
This also is right on his distance, kicking from probably 52, 53 metres, 50, 60 degree angle. Left footer though. So distance should be okay.
He's kicked a lot of beautiful goals here in the journey with Launceston as Jake Hines. Let's see if he can deliver here. Right on the paint of 50 with his left foot. Kicks towards goal, fades a little bit. Wilkinson! He's taken another mark. Right on the goal line. Plays on and kicks his 5th goal. 5 goals in the first quarter to Archie Wilkinson. Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Well, the kick there from Hines, just was always fading, but Wilkinson read it beautifully. Such strong hands,
he
doesn't
is a strong hand. Strong hand, strong body. Right on Jake's distance, and Archie knew that would be close. And, yeah, terrific mark right on the line.
6-1-37 to 1-1-7, so a bit one-sided, but gee, no shortage of entertainment here at the moment.
Quality of the game's good. The quality
absolutely. So don't forget next week we've got our City Park Radio broadcast at Elphin Sports Centre. Last home game at Elphin this year for the Tornadoes. 30th anniversary of their 1995 victory there in the CBA. Up against Mount Gambier. From the centre square clearance. That's Ryan Byrne finding the debutant there in young Holden. He's lively. Ethan Holden chips it towards the pocket. What a great kick. The bounce out of bounds. They can reset again here from about 70 metres out from their goal. Tony Webb, you got something for us down there on the boundary?
I have. You're talking about Jalen Chilcott.
Yes.
He's one of the players who are unavailable. Apparently there's 2 unavailable and 2 injured from their preferred squad. And I remember Donachie also kicking about 20 against East Launceston on 1 or 2 occasions too.
Okay, there you go, Tony. From our vintage there. It's good memories. It's got a free kick. And maybe a 50-metre penalty. I took my eyes off things.
Yeah,
Malcolm, what happened?
No, I missed that entirely. So where that came from?
Anyway, it's a 50-metre penalty going the way of Dylan Farquhar. It's a generous one too.
Be very careful not to happen again. It's taking a long time to get back.
Spearing pass in the Wilkinson direction. Over the back. Jake Hines can't quite take it with him. Spills out. Hyatt, Wilkinson. Buller. Tries to get on his right foot. He does so now. Swings the kick. Might bring rain. Goes 40 metres up in the air. Contested for the mark there. It was Presnell. He couldn't take it. Players tackled to a standstill. Ball up about 25 metres out from the Blues goal. Jess Buller in those beautiful orange boots. Stands out. Nice tap there from Bloomfield. So couldn't find any connection with one of his on-ballers, so we'll get a secondary ball up by Duncan Hill. Off the boot of Gillow. Torpedo out of defence there from the Kangaroos. Oh, gee, that's a nice mark taken by Darcy Hewitt. Just such a well-built
very
player.
Strong mark. They must get the ball moving quicker. They must not let Launceston set up.
In towards the boundary line. It's a nice mark taken there for the Kangaroos by Lucas Bakes. Bakes kicks to space, but there's all Launceston there, and Lenny Faulkner gets back and takes the mark.
Yeah, a bit of a miscue.
Of course, we've got the armbands today for Launceston, I'm sure, for Gary Muscles Davis.
Yeah, very sad news to hear that Muscles passed away earlier.
We'll talk about him in a bit at half time, I think, because I think he deserves a little bit of a chat about. Great legend of a lot of footy clubs. Ball now ends up with Ben Hyatt inside the centre square. Wheels round on his right foot. Kicks inside 50. Jake Hines just subtly put his hands in the back there. In fact, it wasn't so subtle because he's been paid against him.
Bit iffy, but the hands, if the motion is to push forward, you'll get pinged. And I think that's what Hines was guilty of.
He comes out here towards Milburn. The old legs had to get moving. Couldn't quite take the mark. He lays a tackle on Presnell and makes sure it's a stoppage. 6-1-37, Launceston, Deloraine 1-1-7. Listen to City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5 with Dave Moore, Malcolm Atkins and Tony Webb on the boundary. And all the action here this afternoon. Richards spirals at Torpedo, low one outside his defensive 50. Only as far as Tyrrell. Over the top to Boyd. Needs some support. Kicks up here in the 10 and McCormack direction. Mark or free kick as he's shoved from behind. Big Tiernan. One of 2 McCormack brothers in the team. And we've got a 50-metre now against Richards. And that'll bring Tiernan McCormack within range.
Yeah, well,
he doesn't get any shots on goal, Big Tiernan.
No, he doesn't. But he enjoys it when he does.
I'm sure he does. Third brother O'Sheen, I think, has debuted this year with South Launceston.
Probably 35 to 40 metres out, virtually directly in front.
Ex-Tassie Devils youngster, Tiernan McCormack. 30 out, as Malcolm said, pretty much directly in front. Kicks like a backman on this occasion. Misses to the right easily. 6-2-38. Plays 1-1-7.
You like watching the replays of that kick?
No. Out from full back. It's a good one. Finds Rickard. Copped a shoulder injury a couple of weeks ago against Scottsdale. Back in the side today. Lovely mark taken by Pfeiffer. Spears a left foot pass to Conway. 2 kicks out from goal. He plays on. 60 out. Centering kick. Buller can't quite take the mark. He's got it again. Jess Buller. Oh, nice snap.
Nice.
Jess Buller throws it on the boot now. It wasn't touched. We've got a bit of a conference here between field and goal umpire.
We can't go to a video replay, so we've got to make a decision.
I think the field umpire thinks it was touched. It was, so one behind there for Launceston. 6-3-39 to 1-1-7. Croden from full-back. Long kick. Over the back, Ryan Ship can't quite take the mark. Lays a tackle on his Deloraine opponent there, and Jaden last. Closing in on quarter time here at Windsor Park. Farquhar goes up unopposed. Taps it easily to Hyatt. Back now to Jeffries. Jeffries to the centre of the ground. Beautiful kick to Presnell. Can't quite take the mark. He's tackled now by Rickard. Ryan Ship waits to deliver the handball, then it gets smothered. Players dive in left, right and centre. We'll get a stoppage front edge of the centre square. The Blues leading by 32 at the moment. It's been all Archie Wilkinson with 5 goals in the first quarter. Outstanding performance. It's over the shoulder. It's against number 6 there in Bloomfield for Deloraine, going the way of Farquhar. Farquhar kicks up here looking for Wilkinson. Can't take on this occasion. Players fall over like 9 pins. Conway down injured at the moment. Ball spills out. Milburn tries to get a handball away. Hyatt sharks it. Plays on. Snaps a goal. No advantage to Deloraine. Free kick. Claims of 50 metres there because Hyatt played on well after the whistle.
Very lucky to get away with that one. I thought he definitely heard the whistle beforehand. Took an assumption it was Launceston's kicked it goal. Should be a 50-metre penalty.
Gets away with it. There's Milburn. There's the Deloraine players, Tony. Another bit of a interrogation here for you of the Deloraine people. They're wearing a couple of armbands today, so we might get some information on that. As Angus Jeffries kicks inside 50. Off hands, Hyatt should run on and kick a goal. He fumbles slightly. See, that was good pressure from behind there. I'll pick the Deloraine player up. He just put enough pressure on. There's the number 27 there in Caleb Atkins. There's a bit of afters. Ball spills through for a behind. 6-4-40 to 1-1-7.
Right, just couldn't quite find the handle of the ball right in the goal square.
Short kick out from Taylor. Ends up now here with Rickard. So Brad Rickard, his brother Josh, has a leg injury at the moment, not in the team. Beautiful kick finds Ryan Byrne, the speedy Ryan Byrne. Plays on immediately. Little chip kicks, not great. Only as far as Noah Hedger, but it was a kick, as a free kick as he got rid of it. Or downfield, is it?
Should be downfield.
Yeah.
A little bit confusing here. He's taking the kick downfield.
It really shouldn't be.
No, that's right. The umpire's found the right player.
Ethan Holden steps up. Just think another goal here before quarter time. I'm probably pleased with their effort, Deloraine. His kick now wide comes here in the direction of Ben Atkins. Now to Croden.
Now they should be going straight.
Brad Croden inside 50 to Milburn. Great spoil from behind by Pfeiffer. Spills to Richards. Gets around the tackle, runs his full measure. Kicks to the goal square. There's no one there except Noah Hedger. A little fumble. He's under pressure now. You'll see it through for a behind. 1 goal, 2-8 Deloraine. Launceston 6-4-40.
Good forward move then. Could have got a bit better result, I think, if it gone a fraction further, but the endeavour's good.
Atkins all puts a handball to a player under pressure who lacks a fortune, gets a high tackle. I think that might be Bailey Gillow getting up gingerly, and now another 50 encroaching over the mark.
Yeah, no, 10 metre, the 10 metre rule.
Yes.
Player too close, so they've got to be aware of that.
So they need to tighten up. That's another 50 metre penalty. There's Bailey Gillow. Steadies back now for a kick. The lead is on from Wilkinson. Good spoil on this occasion. Price, Buller, don't argue. Snaps towards goal, doesn't get full purchase. Deloraine defends. That's quarter time here at Windsor Park, and it's Deloraine 6-4-40. They lead. Sorry, Launceston 6-4-40. They lead Deloraine 1-2-8. Got the goal kickers there.
5 to Wilkinson. The dominant figure so far, and 1 to Finn Price. And for Deloraine, Ben Blacklow kicked their sole goal. I don't think I'd be too disappointed, Deloraine, with that quarter. The endeavour was very good. The thing comes now is, can they maintain that? They don't fall away after one good, solid quarter. Launceston may be 5 goals in front, but if you keep maintaining what you're endeavouring to do, that's the way you improve this football club.
Yeah, look, Launceston kicked a lot of goals in a hurry there, but I thought in that last part of the quarter, Deloraine were matching them. But, as you say, Launceston are a very fit team, and, they will run the game out. So the challenge is, as you say, for the Kangaroos, just to keep that intensity and effort and tackle pressure.
That we've noticed this year from the two sides coming back, Launceston and North, is the fitness levels are very high. The clubs have to come and match up to that fitness levels. That's just what the state league levels were. So not just skill, but also the fitness of players. They put a lot of work into their pre-season, and Deloraine, Scottsdale, and even South and Longford are endeavouring to match that, but it's hard to do it during the year.
Malcolm Atkins here, my commentator today, expert commentator on City Park Radio. It's quarter time. This quarter time break is brought to you by our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut. Making hot drinks for you at the game today. You'll find them over near the Launceston change rooms. They do a great job around various footy venues in northern Tasmania. Thanks to our sponsors. Shane and Nikki are over there today. The Brew Coffee Hut on City Park Radio. We'll take a short break and we'll come back in a couple of minutes for the second quarter action here at Windsor Park. Well done, mate. It's good.
Good coffee though, mate, but I bought mine. That's right. I wouldn't have much chance of getting over there to get a copy, so...
That's Finland Radio. We go through half form as well.
Oh, yeah, well, I understood that as well. I'm making a nice service of it.
Thanks there to our stats guys at the Launceston Footy Club, Darren Lovell and Damien Donnelly. And Malcolm, you know firsthand they do such a great job. I think you might have filled in.
Yeah, Damien had a lovely holiday in Europe and needed some assistance for Darren, so I stopped in for 4 weeks and thoroughly enjoyed it. It's other insiders to be able to put these stats together.
Absolutely, and we got the individual stats here. Ben Hyatt, 8 possessions in that first quarter for Launceston. Oliver Atkins, who looks to have a bigger role today on the ball there with 7 possessions. Angus Jeffries with 7. Archie Wilkins, of course, 7 possessions and 5 goals. Bailey Gillow and Jess Buller and Jake Hines with 6. Team stats, you can see there the inside 50s, Malcolm.
It's 17-7,
yep.
but 7's not too bad. They've gone in 7 times for 3 scores, but they've had a couple of other opportunities to convert, so they've just tidy up that entries and they'll be much better on the scoreboard. The tackle's the other count as well. Launceston 24-12, even though Launceston have had the ball majority of the time, the tackle count still stays very high. Deloraine must lift that pressure level on Launceston to restrict them.
Yeah, 52 kicks to 38, 33 handballs to 15, the Blues way, and 23 marks to the Blues, 15 to Deloraine. Yeah, so some good signs there for Deloraine, but yeah, we'll just have to see if they can maintain their pressure. They've strung together a couple of really good passages of play, and a couple of shots on goal there they might have converted. They could have been a little bit closer. So I think Nick Milburn will be fairly happy with things at quarter time. Just the other scores today in the women's game. It was Deloraine 3-4-22 to Launceston 1-4-10. It was a top of the table clash there. And Deloraine now go to the top of the ladder. And it was a big win in the reserves earlier. Score there 35-15, 225. Launceston to Deloraine 1 behind. As Malcolm said earlier, it was a big win last night to the Blues under 18s. Okay, so both huddles are out there. Good to see a lot of supporters out there encouraging their team. Tony has, I think, been over there at the Deloraine huddle with coach Nick Milburn. What do you got for us over there, Tony?
Nick was very pleased with the effort that they showed in that quarter. He said that was really good, and that's the sort of stuff they want. He feels that the forwards need to put a bit more pressure on the defence coming out because Launceston are escaping a bit too easily. He also wants the team to try and play on this side of the ground. You know, it's opposite to where you guys are, which not a lot of teams tend to do that. He just feels that playing where Launceston wants to, which is sort of over your way and in towards the centres, playing into their hands. But he feels that if they can get some of the efforts coming over this way, it will open things up for the way they particularly want to play. He just says we've got to be a bit more careful with our disposal. A couple of times they kicked on 1-4 sort of contest, which really not helpful. You're not going to win that one too often. But he says just take a bit more care with your disposal, look at the options a little bit better, and just keep pressuring them, crash the big bodies. He says Launceston's got a lot of big body players. He says just keep crashing them a bit harder, make them really earn it, and try to cut out some of those, just the errors, reduce the errors by about 10-20%. Just people put a little bit more effort in themselves on what they're doing by 20%. Basically, even though the scoreboard doesn't read good, he feels that they've had a fairly good quarter and just wants them to just work on the little things to improve, and it will start to show.
Thanks very much, Tony. Very comprehensive report there. Your thoughts there on Nick Milburn's
I think he
speech?
summed it up fairly well. I think that's what we were thinking and saying before, is that he would have to be reasonably happy with how they've started this game. The first quarter endeavour was good. If you look at the stats again, the clearances are 10-8, so that to have 8 clearances against Launceston is a great result. You've just got to maintain it.
Second quarter action here at Windsor Park. City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5, and via the AFL Tas YouTube live stream. We're underway. And first possession looks like going Delorain's way, although the player there tackled to a standstill. So we'll get a secondary ball up. Umpire McEntee throws it up. Farquhar with the tap. Ball comes to half forward now for Launceston. Doing well there is Last. Jaden Last kicks it wide. Hits the chest there of Darcy Hewitt. He's presented well in that first quarter. He plays on. Chips here forward towards Joe Griffin. He's up against Pfeiffer. He falls over. Pfeiffer keeps his feet. Gets out of trouble. Gets the handball away. Bit errant, though. Trying to get back there is Ryan Shipp. He can't quite take possession. As umpire says it is out of bounds. So it'll be a boundary throw in. And we've got Tony, some thoughts there on those black armbands for Deloraine.
Yeah, there's 2 of them there, of course. One of them is in relation to Don Treacy, who's the current vice president, former president. His sister has passed away. And one has, it's a little bit tenuous, we're not sure. One of the women's players' sister's friends has died, apparently close to the club. I think that's what that's about. They're not 100% sure on that. It could also be to acknowledge Gary Davis.
Thanks very much, Tony. His ball spills out to Ryan Byrne. He handballs it straight to Jaden Hines. Escapes the tackle, gets it to his brother Jake. Back to Jaden Hines. Now the handball to Jeffries. Wider here to Faulkner. Drops a mark he should have taken. Might get a second opportunity, Lenny Faulkner. Clears the way for Gillow, who handballs it to Jeffries. It's on the wing now to Buller. He picks it up. Woolgee uses some strength to get through some tackles. Beautiful kick here to the advantage of Ben Hyatt if it can sit. 8 possessions in the first quarter. Well done by Croden. Knocks it away from Ben Hyatt. Still in play, however. It'll go out now through the agency of Price. So it'll be a boundary throw-in. In fact, that was Plakalovic there taking the ball out of play. young under-18 player for Launceston.
He's our captain, under-18
Yes.
captain. I don't think he can play too many under-18 games. He'll be a senior player for good, I would say. He does a very good job indeed, Dane.
Swing play against St Pat's last week down here was very good. Young Dane Plakalovic. Here comes Gillow now. Gets a bit of space, kicks towards goal. Bailey Gillow. Oh, that's a great goal. Absolutely magnificent from distance.
Beautiful measured kick.
Just found some space there to Bailey Gillow, and he's kicked the 7th goal for Launceston. 7-4-46. Plays 1-2-8.
So 2 clearances, both to Launceston. Deloraine were good in the first quarter with it. They've got to sharpen up again now. Hopefully Launceston get all possessions out of whether it be a stoppage or whether it be a centre bounce.
It's interesting. I just remember Bailey Gillow as a youngster kicking a set shot from that very spot against the Tigers. It was
16-year-old.
Yeah, he was a 16-year-old.
Yeah, huge one.
Wasn't much of him at that point. No.
Yeah, I remember that day.
So Bailey Gillow, good servant here at the Launceston Footy Club. As he's back in the middle now. With Jake Hines and Jaden Hines and Farquhar. They line up in the centre for Launceston. Farquhar wins the tap. Trying to pick it up there was Rickard. Oh, it's a high tackle there. High contact. So going to be Jaden Hines with the free kick.
In the AFL, they'll be investigating that one.
Yeah.
That's how that one works.
So kick inside 50. Strong mark taken by Jake Hines.
Straight to his brother.
45 out. Slight angle. In favour of the left footer here. King to the town end of the ground. So danger signs here for Deloraine early in this second quarter. The Blues have kicked an early goal in the first minute. A couple of minutes and now a chance for Jake Hines.
Fraction closer than his last attempt, so it might not go to Archie this one. It might go the distance.
Slight breeze behind him, gets good contact, fades, and we one behind. 7-5, 47 Launceston, Deloraine 1-2-8. And we're playing 4 minutes in this second quarter. So out from fullback. Long kick there from Liam Taylor. Beautiful kick too. Finds the youngster who's had a few possessions already, Ethan Holden.
Yes, he has.
Kicks up the wing. Almost a mark there to his teammate there in Williams. Couldn't quite take it. Ball spills out. Farquhar with a handball backwards. Over the top to Jaden Hines. Tries to get it to Boyd. Connell McCormack to Farquhar. No, Jaden Hines runs into a brick wall. He bounces off it though.
Knocked the brick wall over.
He did. Seth Pfeiffer now has caught good pressure from the Kangaroos. No one a free kick there on the far side. Can't quite pick the player up over there, but it was a good tackle. Long kick here towards half forward. Off hands. Chance here.
No one in the forward 50.
Bakes for Deloraine. Couldn't quite pick it up. Back now to Jaden Hines. He's had a mountain of possessions in this quarter already. Gets it to his brother Jake. Jake Hines has a runner in ship from defence. Decides to go here though towards Sullivan. He might have got a high tackle there from Bloomfield. While holding the ball. Yeah, gee, that was...
might not agree with that one,
but that's all right.
Been paid.
Leighton Bloomfield will win the free kick. Chance here to launch an attack for the Kangaroos. Crowded forward line ahead. Goes a shorter option, lowers the eyes and finds Rickard. So Brad Rickard, that right shoulder strap. I mentioned it, copped an injury against Scottsdale the other week. Oh, he's going to get pressure from behind. Holding the ball. Smart work from Ben Hyatt. He heard the play on call. Accelerated towards the player. Won the free kick. Here's Jaden Hines again. Gets a kind bounce. Goes to the wing to Conway. Takes the mark centre wing. Conway chips it up, but gives it straight to his opponent. And they can clear off half-back here, Deloraine. Over here in the direction of Jet Chilcott. He can't take it. Ryan Shipp in the way. Nice kick finds Farquhar. He's having a really good game. Farquhar centering ball, looking here for Faulkner. He'll go further now to Jake Hines. He gets around Milburn. He's got it again, Jake Hines. Buller didn't take possession. Lays a tackle now. He's a tough nut for a youngster, is Jess Buller.
Might keep an eye on Jake Hines. He didn't seem to pull up too well after that contest.
Did see that.
Just keep an eye on whether he's a leg injury or not. He seems to be on his haunches. He's up and going.
The footy now. Short handball to Jeffries. Tries to get it back to Jake Hines. Gets to him now. Low kick. Oh, gee, that's a good pass to Wilkinson. Bounced off his chest. He got on the second attempt. Traceable at Malcolm.
Yeah, it certainly was. He didn't catch it to go straight through him. So he's got a difficult one now. He's right on the boundary line, 35, 40 metres out. Distance, no problem, but he's having a good day, so I imagine the way the luck's going, this will go straight through.
He's kicked 5 already, Archie Wilkinson. Kicks for goal.
And
absolute perfection.
Straight through.
Absolute perfection from Archie Wilkinson. And he's kicked 6 now. And 6 out of 8. 8-5-53 to 1-2-8. Gee, that's a beautiful set shot. It's not hard it's not easy, from that pocket, as you know.
No, it's not. That's a difficult shot out there. But you're having the slight advantage, that little bit of breeze that is blowing. But he didn't need that. It's just dead accurate. Perfect shot.
So the two Hines boys, I saw those possessions there at quarter time, but I'd say Jaden at quarter time, they had the 6 possessions. He's probably had 6 since then. So Jake Hines, he's playing an on-ball role, Malcolm.
Yes, he tends to play that. He'll drop into a forward line for the break and rotate then off the field. Hasn't played as a key forward probably at all this year, really. He hasn't needed to with Wilkinson and Conway.
Blacklow works well there with Rickard as they get it up here towards half forward. Deloraine. Over the back, it's Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer's kicks pretty good here to Jeffries, who does it well. Telegraphs the handball now to Jaden Hines. He'll have some pressure from behind. Great tackle, Rickard. And well done there from the Deloraine player and Brad Rickard. Chased down a speedy play there in Jaden Hines.
Yeah.
Test his shoulder injury out, but he's done well.
He's got to move. This has got to be the way Deloraine. They've got to improve. They've got to get the ball moving quicker. They've got to get Launceston off their line.
Spots up Oscar Johnson. Goes the 45 kick. Does it well. And strong mark to Ben Blacklow, the goal kicker so far for Deloraine. It's up here towards Darcy Hewitt. Uses his body well. Can't quite take the mark against his fellow number 11 there in Pfeiffer. So Deloraine have got it inside 50, right on the edge of it. They've conceded the 2 goals this quarter. It's 8-5-53 to 1-2-8. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Slapped on the hand there of Farquhar. You heard that on our effects mic. Out towards Byrne. Can't pick it up. It's knocked out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. So Leighton Bloomfield take the ruck contest here with Dylan Farquhar.
That's impressive.
So the boundary throw-in. Farquhar takes it out of the ruck. Jaden Hines. Centering kick. Downfield. Just got high contact as he got rid of it. So the free kick to Faulkner. Sweeping kick to Tyrrell, who's got a lot of space. He can run on. Chip kick over the top. Finds Jacob Boyd. Boyd with the 45 kick. Gillow slips over. Chance here for Taylor. Kicks it off the ground. Beautiful kick as it turns out. Finds the chest of Sean Williams.
70 metres forward of the ball. Now they're coming to flood back. Completely devoid of human beings.
Sean Williams gets it now to Milburn. He's on 50. The 40-year-old legs might not get the distance, so he goes short to Ryan Byrne, who's still a fair way out. They filled the space of Launceston. Oh, there's a lead up here from Williams, who couldn't quite take the mark. So Sean Williams, it's his second game of footy. It's, I might have mentioned earlier, he played 30 seconds or something like that in that first game that he played before he had come off through injury. So basically a first game of Sean Williams. Well-built young lad. Boundary throw-in. Chance here for the Roos. Over the back. Spills. Ryan Byrne working hard in there. And we'll see another ball up. Umpire Oliver Wright comes in. It's a young umpire, just 18 years of age. Throws it up. A lot of players around the contest. And we'll get another ball up. Good to see young umpires getting a go.
Oh, it certainly is. We need more umpires. At all levels of our competition need more umpires, both boundary and senior. You can see one of the young boundary umpires in front of us. He wouldn't be more than 15 years of old. But here's the opportunity.
Here. Chilcott, great tackle from Jeffries. Still a chance. Oh, did he make contact? Not sure he did, or second time around. He's claiming the goal. And this is Black, is it Ben Blacklow? Yes, it is. He's already kicked a goal. He had a couple of goes at it. I think the umpire's going to say one behind. 1-3-9. Unlucky there for Deloraine. They had a few opportunities to get that through. But in the end, it's just the one behind. 1-3-9. It's their first score of the quarter. Launceston have kicked 2 goals, 1 in the second quarter. They are 8-5-53. Tyrrell, beautiful pass. Finds Oliver Atkins. 7 possessions in the first quarter. Handball sideways to the running Boyd. He's confronted. Has to kick quickly. Clears his teammate. Holden working hard in there with the headband. 70 style. And that'll be a ball up just outside the attacking 50 for Launceston. Umpire McEntee. Experienced umpire now. Spills to Atkins there for Deloraine. Ryan Byrne clears the area. Contested footy. Oh, Jake Hines.
Huge crash.
Run into Jacob Boyd, who's not getting up in a hurry. I hope he's okay. Jake Hines plays on. He might have copped a head knock there. Deloraine player concerned. Good sportsmanship. It's now here with Jeffries, who's confronted, tackled, and holding the ball, says the umpire. So Jacob Boyd's still down.
The umpire should hold the game up. 2 trainers in.
It was a big collision with his teammate there in Jake Hines.
We had this discussion with the AFL. Is that once a player is on the ground like that, the play must stop for a moment.
And I think that's what's happening.
Assess it.
Sensible play.
He gets to his feet, play can continue.
Get Tony onto that one. He's just getting to his haunches now.
I think he probably only winded. He got crunched as Jake Hines went back for the mark and took it, and poor old Jacob Boyd was the one underneath as he landed.
Let's hope it's a winding.
He's walking off unaided, so he looks okay.
So play will be back underway very shortly. So just repeating the score, 8-5-53. Launceston, Deloraine 1-3-9. The big story here is Archie Wilkinson, through a quarter and a half, has kicked 6 goals for Launceston. Out of those 8, singles to Bailey Gillow and also young Jesse Price. As they're going to wait till Jacob Boyd clears the arena, which is a sensible thing to do. Tony will be onto that once we get a report on his injury. Deloraine have it at half back with Ryan Byrne, who's been really good. Over here towards Holden, it clears him as he got some backup. Joe Griffin's got it. Kicks to the wing, looking here for Milburn or Johnston. Or Milburn drops a mark he probably should have taken. He was probably distracted there by his teammate. Nice lead up here by Darcy Hewitt. Kick came there from Ben Blacklow. Darcy's the call. On his right foot. Kicks inside 50. Over the back. Chance here. That's the ruckman in Bloomfield. Couldn't get an effective possession. Height kicks to the wing. Over the top of Sullivan. Close to the boundary line. That's Ben Atkins. Has he disguised it? No, he hasn't.
It's rather harsh, I think. I think it might have actually just come off his boot as he moved forward. So I don't think it's any intention was there, but the umpire slid the other way.
Archie Wilkinson well up the ground. Gets the kick to Sullivan. He finds his former St Pat's teammate in Farquhar. Don't argue there from Hyatt. Gets a kick to Buller. Takes the mark. Plays on. Round the corner kick. It might clear the contest. Just Buller.
It has indeed.
Has kicked a goal for Launceston. What a fine goal that is. He just set it on its way and just kept on floating through for a goal.
Buller very confident of his abilities. He marked the ball 35 metres out, played on an angle, kicked it across his body and luckily bounced over Jaden Hines' head and through for a goal.
So a little bit of an arm wrestle there in that last 5 minutes.
Yes, it's been a battle.
And
it's been good.
Deloraine had an opportunity up their end, but once again, as I think Nick Milburn said at quarter time, it's that rebound from half back that they've got to be careful of. Back in the centre of Windsor Park. Umpire Oliver Wright has the footy. It's getting quite gloomy here now. We might have to turn those lights on soon, Malcolm.
We can do that.
The power bills cover that one?
Yes, I think
Well, that's the thing now, isn't it? Once you get those gloomy June, July days, around 4:30, it'll be a real advantage. As Hines now gets the handball to Buller. He's dispossessed. Blacklow ends up now with Chilcott. Chilcott to attacking 50. Young Oscar Johnson leads out. Little fumble. Nice turn there from Hedger. Lovely handball. Well done, Noah Hedger. To Presnell. To Hyatt. Widen out to Oliver Atkins. Back to Hyatt. They're fiddling about a little bit here. Ryan Shipp decides to kick it now up the wing in the Buller direction. Gee, the big fella really takes a mark over the back. He follows it up. He's bustled off it. Deloraine do well. They have the numbers. Kick up the wing. Off hands. A report from Tony in a moment. We've got a stoppage. Tony, what do you got over there on the boundary?
Yeah, Jake's all right. Jacob, he's about to come back on, I believe. Look, he felt a bit of a push in the back, and then next thing he knew, he was connected with Jake Hines.
Okay, so there you go. So probably just winded there. Good news for Blues fans. So we've got a player tackled over on the far side. That was Leighton Bloomfield. He gets up, the ruckman. He'll contest the ruck now. Might have won that one out here towards Rickard, who taps it backwards. And we've got a whistle on play. And it's going to go the way of the Blues.
Call the trip.
And it's Jake Hines with the footy. Switches it nicely to Noah Hedger. First senior game for the year. The youngster still at St Patrick's College. Gets the handball away. Oh, puts Hines under pressure. Chance here. Tyrrell met by Rickard. Little handball back to Hedger. They're working hard here, the Blues defence. Eventually Hedger gets the kick. He overcooks it though. Here's Bloomfield. Little kick inside 50 by the ruckman. Over in the direction of Croden, who's moved forward. But it's cleared out now by Ryan Shipp. Lovely kick. Finds the ruckman in Farquhar.
Had two opportunities then of a good solid inside 50s, and it's just their execution is letting them down. There was definitely a more direct approach will assist them.
Over the back, nice mark taken here by Jaden Last.
Now they're coming through the middle.
They are indeed.
See what the entry's like.
Chilcott spots up a teammate leading. I think that's Croden, number 41. He's taken the mark, Brad Croden. Goes sideways, looking for Richards. Couple of kicks out from goal. Leans back on a kick towards Milburn. First grab, couldn't take the second. Connor McCormack's there. Falling over there was Darcy Hewitt. And we'll get a ball up just inside 50 for Deloraine. They're trailing 139 to 9-5-59. Closing in on half time. Been playing 19, nearly 20 minutes of this quarter. On the ball up. Bloomfield did okay. Little tap on by Tatnall. Connor McCormack on the boundary line is Jake Hines. Weaves a beautiful kick to Faulkner. Handball straight away to Ben Hyatt. Kicks in the middle. Good agility here from the big man, Farquhar. Couldn't quite pick it up. Blacklow gets it to Rickard, who's tackled. Free kick. Play on now with Conway. Kicks long. Wilkinson, one-on-one. One grab, couldn't get the second. Ben Atkins was there, did pretty well for Deloraine. It's coming back though through Presnell. Spots up a player inside 50 who's diving on the ball. Spits out. Jeffries with the snap. Angus Jeffries has kicked a goal.
Straight over the top of the umpire's head.
Beautiful snap there from Angus Jeffries, who's come over from Hillwood this year. Played his early footy with North Launceston, and he's kicked the 10th goal for the Blues. 10-5, 65 to 139.
They might have kicked 4 goals to 0 this quarter, but I think they are maintaining the pressure, Deloraine. They're working as hard as possible to maintain Launceston, to try and stop Launceston's run. Occasionally they go through the middle a bit cleanly, but overall I think they'd still be impressed with how they're endeavouring this game. Their forward entries have got to improve. They're going sideways. They're missing targets. Yeah,
they've had their opportunities, as you said, Malcolm, but the Blues just punished them the other way. Just that little bit of polish in front of goal. AFL update, Suns 10-11-71. The Demons 6-4-40 in the third quarter. Here they go, the Blues again through Hyatt. Wide kick over here. Finds Lucas Sullivan. Sullivan steadies things down. The 45 kick. Comes up and finds Gillow. Marks overhead. Defensive side of the wing. Twirls the ball in his hands. Sums up his options. High kick towards half forward. Off hands. Contested footy now. Deloraine will escape here with a quick kick. Up the wing. Leading out there was Croden. Couldn't take it with him. There's two players fighting on there. Bloomfield and Gillow. Spits out. Tina McCormack. Inside 50, Jake Hines in a one-on-one. Front position.
Too strong.
Too strong.
Too strong.
In front of Liam Taylor there. And he takes the mark. Hasn't kicked a goal yet today. Had a couple of opportunities. He's only about 25 out, slightly right of centre. Yeah, just had that bulk, didn't he, and arch the back.
Experience and very strong in the air.
Yes.
Good sticky pair of hands.
So Jake Hines kicking to the town end. Sets it on its way. Umpire barely moves. Goal number 11 to Launceston. 11 at 5.71 to Deloraine at 1.39. And we've been playing 23 minutes in the second quarter.
Definitely getting a bit darker too. We might need those flash new lights.
Yes, and I did make the call about no rain. I'm sticking by that, but it's just feeling a bit damper. Hope not, because sometimes we get a little bit of rain coming under here, but I think we'll be fine today. The AFL coming up. You going down there, Malcolm, today?
No, I won't tonight. No, I'm a Collingwood fan, so I'll be off home to watch us take on the 18th placed Eagles. But
looking for a killing?
Just a good solid win. That's all you hope for. Yeah, you don't want to see any mistakes this time of the year. Just get over the line, get the win.
Brady Mycheck's 150th today, I believe.
Hasn't he been a story?
Yeah, absolutely. From the centre, ball up, comes out here towards the player number 10, Blackglow. Been pretty busy. Kicked the goal earlier on for Deloraine. But he's tackled to a standstill, so we'll get another ball up. Player pushed out of the contest. The ruckman there, Leighton Bloomfield. He's going to play on quickly. No, he has to go back behind the mark, says umpire Wright. So he has players wider. In fact, he's got to come back a third time. So
a bit technical, but correct. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now he kicks it straight to Launceston player Atkins. So Atkins now gets around Bloomfield, runs his full measure, over the top, Bukalovic. Gathered no by Chilcott, sideways kick, finds Ryan Byrne at right half back.
Deloraine did well there. Launceston were well and truly out with 3 players in front of them. They managed to gain possession.
Chilcott, handballs now to Tatnall. Tatnall kicks towards half forward. Ship can't quite take the mark. Has the recovery, shovels it back to Tyrrell. Wormburner to Plakalovic, who marked defensive side of the wing. Dane Plakalovic to Tina McCormack. Handball off to the busy Hyatt, relishing the on-ball roll this year. Kick up towards full forward, off hands. Wilkinson, kick sideways, soccer style to the advantage of Sullivan. If he can pick it up, he can have a shot. Unselfish, gets it to Price. Further back now to Conway, he'll have to kick straight away. He does it well, Conway. Left foot pass is a beauty. And I think that's that man Sullivan again.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Taking a mark on his chest. And he's about 25 out, 45-degree angle. Nice work from Conway there, Malcolm.
Yeah, moved it sideways when he couldn't find a direction forward, so he's gone sideways. Actually, it was to Sullivan, but the ball eventually came back to him. Yeah, some good forward craft. So
5 goals this quarter to the Blues. They kicked 6 in the first. This might be their 6th of the second. Lucas Sullivan kicks a goal for Launceston. They've been kicking straight of recent times of the Blues. 12-5-77. They lead Deloraine at 1-3-9.
Yeah, good kicking's good football.
And good to see Lucas Sullivan. He played some early footy at North and probably came over to get some opportunities here at the Blues.
I think that's what that was the move for, yes. You can see the North Launceston side very strong and putting his skills over to Launceston, and he's fitted in nicely.
Second quarter action here, Windsor Park with Dave Moore, Malcolm Atkins, and on the boundary today, Tony Webb. Bring you all the action here. Again, next game for broadcast after the state game next week will be Longford Scottsdale out at Longford. Tell you what, there's a great canteen out at Longford. Yours is great too, but the one at Longford is pretty smick.
Well, I'm going to vote for the best Savaloys in the league are Scottsdales.
Okay, right, we haven't been there yet, so look forward to that.
Make sure you have a Savaloy out with the pies. They have a great Sav.
Ben Hyatt from the clearance gets it to Sullivan, who kicked the last goal. Sullivan now. Good measured kick and good mark presenting there is Tina McCormack. Kick straight away inside 50. Trying to take mark there was Presnell. Couldn't do so. Bit of bash and crash. Ryan Byrne gets the handball sideways. And they'll clear nicely here. Up the wing looking for Sean Williams. Over him. Picking up as Conway. Leans back on a kick nicely and finds Buller. That might be 50.
That should be 50. Unnecessary.
Let's try and pick up the player there who committed that really silly action. He'd clearly taken the mark. There's no need for the push. Can't quite put the player up, but it's going to be 50 metres. And Jess Bull, who's already kicked a goal this quarter.
That is extremely generous 50-metre penalty.
Yes, good real estate there, as they say in the cliche.
Yes, they did.
Jess Buller, anxious to kick this. He's got to go back behind the mark. Yeah, Coach Milburn wouldn't be happy with that. It's unnecessary. Late in the quarter, 27, nearly 28 minutes gone. There's Jess Buller for goal. They've kicked another one, Launceston. They cannot miss at the moment. That's his second for the quarter. 13-5-83 to 139.
Yeah, Buller took the mark in front of the interchange bench on the wing, and he's had a shot at goal from 25 metres out. On Windsor Park, that is an enormous distance.
Yeah, I reckon that's 70.
I reckon that's a good 70 metres.
Tony, down there on the boundary, you got something for us?
Yeah, just the offender there was Jaden Last.
Oh, thank you.
And nice little shove in the back.
Yep, thank you, Tony. Right on the spot, right in front of him there in the the interchange steward's box.
Interchange steward's box, he's doing the role.
Absolutely. Is that a role anymore? Do you still have interchange steward games?
No, it's not
I didn't
anymore.
think so,
No,
yeah.
no.
Used to be a big thing there at one stage. There's umpire right. Throws the ball up. 13-5-83 to 139. Here's a clearance. Bloomfield launches towards half forward for the Deloraine Kangaroos. Joey Griffin's got it. Handball sideways. He might get it back again, Griffin. Tries to clear some space for Richards. Here's Ryan Byrne. Got a bit of space as well. Inside 50. Bit of a chaos ball. Ryan Shipp keeps it in front of his court. He might be gone. No, says the umpire. Griffin tries to shove it out in the Croydon direction. Good work there, Lenny Faulkner. Escapes a couple of tackles. Gets it to Jacob Boyd. Great delivery to Farquhar. This is where they're dangerous. That rebound from half back. But Farquhar gets straight to Richards. Richards has some options. Goes sideways. Kick now up here in the direction of Rickard. Got a bit of pressure from behind. No 50. Deloraine fans keen. He's getting up slowly there, Rickard. He's holding that shoulder. Yep, that's the one he injured against Scottsdale a couple of weeks ago.
Doesn't look good.
Hopefully he's okay to continue. Kicks a high ball inside 50. At the front of the contest, Johnson tried to release a kick. Out it comes now. Bloomfield for goal. Leighton Bloomfield. Crowd want it.
Umpire disagrees.
Umpire disagrees. I've got to admit, I was trying to play it up. I disagreed as well. Because it was just off to the right. Nice kick though, nice contact. Would have been a handy one for the Deloraine Kangaroos. Closing in on half time. Clearing out from fullback now is Jacob Boyd.
32 minutes gone. Can't be far.
7 goals this quarter. Seen a lot of long quarters this season with the time on. Here's Price now. Kicks to the wing. Finds Jake Hines. Jake Hines just settling things down. A bit of a traffic cop there with a few directions. Kick in the end is not great. Lucks of fortune forms to Buller, who kicks to space. Faulkner can get over to Conway here. Oh, gee, that was a good hand in there by the Deloraine defender. Still ends up with Conway. Snaps from the boundary. Ethan Conway!
Oh,
dear!
Goal of the day.
What a great goal!
Of the day.
Right from the boundary line. It somehow got through the Deloraine defence and it rolled through. And talk about kicking straight today. 14-5-89 now the Blues to 1-4-10. They've kicked 8 goals, 1 this quarter. And Ethan Conway, who's kicked quite a few goals this year. In fact, that's his 19th for the season.
His first today, but what a beauty to bring up your first one.
No doubt about that. It's great agility for a big fella. He worked hard there, the Deloraine defence, but Ethan Conway found a way through. Yep, that'll be a nomination for one of the goals of the week in the package. They do a great job with the media stuff.
Do you have that? Do you have a goal of the week?
Yeah, not on City Park Radio, but Tasmania Premier Leagues on the Facebook there.
Oh,
they
very
have
good.
a little package every week. Men's and women's games from all 3 regions. It's great. And that's the halftime siren. And that quarter went 31, nearly 32 minutes. And at halftime, it's Launceston 14-5-89. Deloraine 1 goal 4-10.
Yeah, I think even though the Blues put on 8 goals that quarter. Their accuracy was fabulous. I still think the effort is still be happy with Millwall will still be happy with the effort the boys have put in. They might have let a few through that could have possibly been just inexperience, but it's definitely their entries into their forward line is letting them down. They've had opportunities to register scores, and they're either going sideways or they're missing targets. So that's an area that they must pick up on in the second half of the game.
Yeah, just a lot of players for Launceston accumulating a lot of possessions. Jaden Hines, Ben Hyde have been outstanding. Jake Hines himself leading from the front.
Yes.
Have been terrific players. We might just go through the goal kickers before we have a break.
Archie Wilkinson's now sitting on 6. 2 goals to Jess Buller, singles to Jake Hines, Angus Jeffries, Ethan Conway, Lucas Sullivan, Finn Price, and still the sole goal kicker for Deloraine is Ben Blacklow.
Good to see the Deloraine boys are jogging off. There's no dejection there. They're keeping their spirits high, and that's what you've got to do. It's good coaching and leadership there from Nick Milburn. Okay, it's half-time here. It's half-time time for a hot coffee or a mocha from our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut, making hot drinks for you at the game today. You'll find them over there near the Launceston change rooms. If you're here at the game, listening to us on the radio, please support them as one of our sponsors on City Park Radio. Half-time score here, 14-5-89 Launceston, Deloraine 1-4-10. When we come back, we might talk about the 150th anniversary of Launceston and a bit of a memoriam, if you like, of the great Gary Davis, who passed away in recent days. Back in a moment. Barely moves. Goal number 11 to Launceston. 11-5-71 to Deloraine at Rice. Further back now to Conway. He'll have to kick straight away. Oh, he does it well, Conway. Left foot pass is a beauty. And I think that's that man Sullivan again.
Yes.
Yep. 6th of the second. Lucas Sullivan. Lucas Sullivan kicks a goal for Launceston. They've been kicking straight for recent time. Picking up as Conway. Leans back on a kick nicely and finds Buller. That might be 50.
That should be 50.
There's Jess Buller for goal. They've kicked another one, Launceston. They cannot miss at the moment. That's his second for the quarter. 13. Faulkner can get over to Conway here. Oh, gee, that was a good hand in there by the Deloraine defender. Still ends up with Conway. Snaps from the boundary. Ethan Conway!
Oh,
dear.
goal of the day.
What a great goal.
Goal of the day.
Right from the... Welcome back to Windsor Park with Dave Moore, Malcolm Atkins and Tony Webb, who's gone into the rooms at half-time to get a report. Half-time score, Launceston 14-5-89, Deloraine 1-4-10. Around the grounds, North Launceston 8-12-60 lead Scottsdale 2 goals straight 12. Great to see the Magpies just get a couple of goals there. They were scoreless last time those two played out there.
That's right, they were too. It was a
Yep.
horrible defeat last time, yes.
The stats have arrived, so I get you to cast your eye over there, Malcolm, as I give the other score, which is Longford 4-2-26, South Launceston 3-3-21. That's up there at Youngtown. So it's a pretty important game. You'd think that South Launceston are favourites for third spot at the moment, but if Longford can get over them a couple of times for the rest of the year, they could snatch that third spot from them. And of course here it's 14-5-89 Launceston to Deloraine 1-4-10. Just quickly looking at Division 1 senior men before we look at those stats. St Pat's 10-7-67 are equal with Hillwood at the moment, 10-7-67. In fact, that's a final score up there at St Pat's. I know they had an early start today. It started at 12:15, so a dramatic draw up there. Yeah, between the Saints and the Hillwood team there. Lilydale 14-5-89, lead Bridge North 6-2-38. Georgetown 5-7-37, lead OLs 1-5-11. No scorers yet. it's been published there from Old Scotch and at Rochalee. What are the stats telling you there, Malcolm?
Well, the stats will be telling me that the tackle count's one that's interesting. That Deloraine did increase their pressure with 17 tackles to Launceston's 18, so that would be a great result that they'll be happy with. The inside 50s is what I was mentioning. They had 11 inside 50s to 13.
A lot of those were shallow.
Launceston kicked 8 goals out of the 13.
Yes.
Deloraine kicked 1 point out of the 11, so that's where they've just got to improve the craft of going into the forward line. Clearances, Launceston still only slightly in front. Per possession counts, Launceston are controlling the ball. It's 196 possessions to 113.
Now, those individual stats, Jake Hines has had 21 possessions half-time.
He had 15 that quarter.
Unbelievable. So, 21 possessions. Ben Hyatt continuing his work. He's had 8 first quarter, 10 second quarter for 18. Dylan Farquhar, he has. When I look at that stat now, he's done a lot of work around the ground. 14 possessions for a ruckman. That's pretty good. 10 possessions in the second quarter.
That's a great effort. Great effort indeed.
Angus Jeffrey, solid game from him. 14 possessions and a goal. Bailey Gillow, 11 possessions. Oliver Atkins, 11.
Jake Hines.
Jaden Hines.
That's Jake. Jake Hines had 9 possessions.
No, number 11.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yes.
It is Jake has 15. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought Jaden had more than 9.
Yeah.
So there we go.
He had a lot of early in the quarter. So Jaden Hines, 11 possessions at half-time. So, some good possession winners there for Launceston. If you're wondering why we're just talking about the Launceston players, we've got the Launceston stats guys right next to us here in their very warm palatial box over there. I always get jealous out here on the balcony, Malcolm, when I look in there and see the boys. No, they do a great job each and every week. Okay, Malcolm, you're on the board at Launceston. You've been here, as we said, since the late 70s there. The 150-year anniversary, what's planned for the remainder of the year?
Primary one is on July the 12th is our gala event at the tail race. We hope to have upward of 200 people there on that event. With that event, we're going to name the team of the last 25 years. So we've had a group of people select 50 that we believe would be in the squad for that last 25 years, and we will announce the final 25 team members across the evening, doing the back line, centre line, forward line.
Who's the selection committee?
I'm not sure exactly who though. Damien Donnelly's one of them.
Right.
Kerry Sanders is possibly one of them. Darren Gear definitely is part of that committee.
Yep.
There probably was one or two others that had the
Tough
role.
job.
Tough job.
Yep.
When you look at the list of the 50, there's going to be some more players that are going to miss out. They're going to think, that's a bit tough. Unfortunately, they're going to name 24 or 25. We're also launching then a heritage jumper that's been designed by Chris Savage, one of our past players here. And on that will be every single player's name who's played in a premiership side for Launceston.
Wow.
So we've had 36 premierships over the 150 years, and there's 431 names, I believe, are on that jumper.
Wow.
So that'll be available for sale. It'll also be given to the players that are involved. That's probably the primary two events for the night. But catching up with past premiership players, there's an 1985 table. There's two of those. There's some from the 76 side we think are coming. There's the table just dedicated to the 2006, 7 and 8 triple premiership from the NTFL days, as it was called then. And, of course, the 3 from the 2021-22 sides that Mitch Thorpe coached. So it's going to be a big night, and we hope to celebrate in fine form.
It's interesting, you had those magnificent days in the 70s and early 80s of the NTFA, and then you missed out on that spot to East Launceston in that first state league. It's interesting how things might have worked out differently if. Were you at the club at that point?
Oh, yes. I was in the 85 side, and we thought we had a team and a club ready to go into the state league, but the powers that be decided to pick East Launceston for some bizarre reason.
Was it the York Park thing?
I know it was York Park, but it was money, but it was just an anti-Launceston because of our sponsorship with Foster's Brewery instead of the Bogues Brewery.
Yes, I remember those days.
That probably played a bit against us. But then, of course, they merged with City South and became South Launceston, and off they went from there. Never to see the East Launceston club again at senior level.
But you eventually did enter the state league as the Raiders.
We did come back as the Raiders in the funniest jumper I've seen for a long time. But
and that was because the Devonport Blues were...
Devonport, who were the Magpies, became the Blues because Glenorchy was the Magpies.
Yeah,
so you had a lot of teams shuffling into different colours for no particular reasons. So we became the Raiders and stayed in there until it started to fall apart in the late 90s, early 2000s, and we ended up joining the NTFA from there.
And then, of course, there was that second incarnation of the State League, and you were part of that until last year.
Part of that, yes.
Yeah.
We were very keen on the State League to start, and we got into that as good as we can and took 4 premierships out of it. But we still don't agree with the demise of the State League. But it is what it is, so we can make the best we possibly can out of the NTFA and grow that competition into as strong as we can help make it.
Now, passing away during the week was a club legend at Launceston, also Bridgenorth, I think East Devonport and Devonport. But he played a lot of games here, and you would have played with him, Gary Muscles Davis. What are your memories of Gary?
Gary was a good friend of mine as a player. He's a teammate of mine. He was a teammate of mine as basketball as well. We forget about he played for the City of Launceston Basketball Club, which is now the City Rockets. Played with them. Terrific basketballer. Then, of course, at Launceston he played over 200 games. He's Leo McCauley was the first to pass 200. Gary was second. Life member here, obviously part of our legends of this club, and as well as these Devonport, as you mentioned.
And as a player, what sort of player was he on the field?
Extremely skillful back pocket player predominantly.
Yep.
Played for Tasmania on multiple occasions. He was a very hard nut to play against. I'm glad he was a teammate, not an opponent. Even as a taller player than Gary, he would still be very difficult to play against. Very, not always totally coordinated, a little gangly sort of a player, but highly skilled player.
Yeah, and as a teammate off the field,
Muscles a terrific fella. Yeah, he's 2 of his best mates here, Kevin Evans and Timmy Blair. But the trio, they're renowned here as famous players and personalities, and Gary was part of that group.
And his health hadn't been great in recent times.
Health hasn't been good for 2 or 3 years, but we're still getting about. A few times he'd come down to the club maybe on a Thursday night and have a beer with the boys, but hadn't seen him this year at all, unfortunately.
Okay, so we remember here on City Park Radio, as we do many of the great players in what was a fantastic era of football back in the 1970s and 80s. And just before we start the second half, I mean, the NTFA was big back then. Like you had Sports Club Ray James and big crowds, and you walk down the street and you were known as an NTFA player. Neil Maynard, Tony Haitley, all these sorts of people. It was a big deal, wasn't it?
It was a big deal. There wasn't so much presence on the VFL as it was then. We did have to wait for replays to come over that night or the following day. So the football was you'd go to Windsor Park or York Park or Longford or Scottsdale and go and watch a great game of football. And they were terrific days to be part of. But even when the State League started, that was also really good. Not that I played in it, but watching it as an administrator for Launceston, the quality of those games was equally as good. It didn't seem to have the public support to go and watch because the VFL, AFL had become so strong. And
starting out as a young player at Launceston, you would have played against those great Scottsdale teams with some of those massive names.
Well, that was odd. I played in part of it.
That's right, you're from. That's right.
Scottsdale. The 73 side, I was lucky enough as a kid to play 5 games in that side during the year.
Right, I didn't realise that.
Didn't get an opportunity to play in the finals, but the better players did. And there were some sensational players. We had 6 or 7 players played the state side that year and out of one club. And that continued through the 70s. They won lots of flags from 68, 70, 73, 77. They were a very strong club in that era.
So you had Danny Hall and Stephen Nichols and Mark Coniston. And
the Hall family, the Wilson family, the Millwood family, the Ransom family. You rattle off the names. And then joining Launceston where there were some equally fantastic players and names here.
It was a fairly intimidating place to play, wasn't it? You had to travel mainly, over the siding in those days, and the red dirt, and
had to get used to the red dirt.
Hostile crowds.
Had to get used to the bike track that was beside it. It wasn't an overly big ground at the time, so Scottsdale knew how to play it. We were taught how to play it in those days when I first joined them. And then you come to play at Windsor Park, the ground's 30 metres longer and wider in all dimensions. It took some getting used to here when I first joined. We had a cricket pitch in the middle of Windsor Park.
Remember that? Yes.
That you get stuck in and lose small children. It was that bad. Luckily, they've now built the Riverside Cricket Club behind us and moved the pitch over there, which has made this a much better surface to play on.
Both teams are back on the ground and the umpires. And Tony, I can see you over there. What have you discovered there at half-time?
Well, I went into the Launceston rooms first because Jake Hines usually talks first up, and he said they're a little bit too one-dimensional. In other words, they're going a bit too fast, and there are times when they might turn the ball over, and the opposition can at times get up the ground pretty easily. So I wanted to cut that out and just said, use your brains a bit more. It's when you're playing these lesser skilled sides, they just go one-dimensional, bang, 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 and play a bit of chaos ball. we don't need to do that. We're a better side than that. He also said that they've left a few goals out there. He reckons they're about 6 or 7 goals short. He doesn't want them to fall into the trap of just switching off for about 5 minutes, because it can then become 10 minutes. And if you fall into those sort of bad habits, that will last in other games where they can't afford to do that. And the other major point he said was there's not a lot of talk out there. Brady Powerful came up to him one time and said, "Where's the chatter?" So he's calling everyone to talk, even the people who have only played 2 or 3 games and aren't experienced. Just use your voices a fair bit more. Then Duck Doven caught the end of Nick Milburn's talk to the Deloraine boys, and he's just calling for more effort from them. He says there's a few times when there's only 1 or 2 going for the ball with no real options. People aren't making the effort to get there and present as an option for players to distribute the ball to. So he wants a bit more running and effort from that aspect of it. He says there's a few guys who really haven't done much in this game. They need to lift their game a bit. So we're behind in the game, but we've just got to show that we are a better side than what we've shown thus far.
Thank you, Tony. And Jacob Boyd, just repeating that news, he recovered okay from that knock.
Yeah, Tim went up and had a bit of a chat with him, and he just said, "Look, I'm okay." He's still shaking his head a little bit, but yeah, he had no treatment when he came off. And as I said, he just got a little bit of a push in the back when he was going for the mark. And next thing he knows, Jake Hines' hip, by the looks of it, from what I saw, connected with him, and he was a bit breathless. Jake Hines just kicked it.
Thanks, Tony. So Jake Hines gets that first clearance. We're back underway here in the third quarter at Windsor Park. Ethan Conway kicked a beautiful goal in the second quarter. Kicks a pretty good goal, does he, in the third? No. Hits the post. So I built him up there. I thought he's going to kick another good goal. But it's a one behind there. So they start the scoring in the third quarter. 14-6-90 to 1-4-10. As Liam Taylor, the bright boots of his, he kicks it beautifully outside defensive 50. Marking contest, it's going to be a free kick to Conway. Play under advantage, says umpire right. Jake Hines up here in the Wilkinson direction. He's got it now. Kicks it in the air. Is it going to be 15? Umpire says no. Milburn got crashed by Presnell. And it's going to be a free kick for high contact to the coach, Nick Milburn.
Yeah, Wilkinson's attempt then at goal was unsuccessful, directly straight up in the air for 40-odd metres.
Kicked the 6 goals today, Archie. Lovely kick from Milburn, finds Jaden last. Further up the ground, he's got Darcy Hewitt. Did okay, didn't take the mark though. He's got surrounded by 3 Blues players. Farquhar, great second quarter, 10 possessions. Gets it to Faulkner, now to Ben Hyatt. Back to Farquhar again, all by hand here. Jacob Boyd with a handball to Faulkner. They're still in the same spot. They're playing it in a phone box at the moment, Launceston. They got nowhere. And eventually a great tackle laid there by Leighton Bloomfield.
Pressure's good from Deloraine. Very good indeed. They've come out with a good attitude. Not letting Launceston get a nick loose.
We're about 20 metres away from the play, right in front of us in the Windsor Function Centre. Bloomfield, nice handball to Byrne. Quick kick straight away. Falls in the lap, though, of Jacob Boyd. Centre wing. Boyder is the call. He does well and gets it to Jeffries. Angus Jeffries plays on by hand to Presnell. Back to Jeffries. He's got a runner here in Boyd. Boyd in the centre circles. Spearing left foot kick towards attacking 50. Sprinting after it here, Ben Atkins and Wilkinson. Ben Atkins did pretty well. Gets it there towards Ben Blacklow. Lovely kick, finds Bakes. Lucas Bakes, defensive side of the wing. Chip kick over the top. Gets it there towards Jet Chilcott. He gets a handball away to Taylor. Kicks towards half forward, bouncing footy, evades Joe Griffin. Boyd takes it. In fact, it's Pfeiffer. He's tackled, holding the ball. Play onto advantage. Kick inside 50 to Hewitt, who takes the mark.
That's a better forward move. That's what we've been talking about in the first half, is to move the ball directly, find a loose player, and go more direct.
Pass came in then from Jet Chilcott. Good tackle late on Pfeiffer, set this up. And now you'd hope Darcy Hewitt, from a Kangaroos point of view, can finish the work here. He's about 35 out, 45-degree angle for their second. And the first of the second half, Darcy Hewitt, is kicked the goal. Good work there from Darcy Hewitt. And they're 2-4-16. And they're trailing Launceston at 14-6-90. That's the sort of thing that Nick Milburn would have been asking for.
Absolutely. The effort so far in this quarter has been first class. You can't doubt it at all. And the result, they've got to go.
So it's getting gloomy here now at Windsor Park. Gee, you might have to get on the text there in a moment, Malcolm, get those lights on.
Yeah, I think it's going to have to happen.
Unless the council told you no. Anyway, we won't talk about that. It's getting a bit chilly up here. Our cameraman Jason Blundell's got all the gear on there. He's even got his mittens on. That's how cold it is. So he can hold that camera steady. He's done a great job as usual today. Tom McEntee bounces it down. Farquhar gets it to Faulkner. Jade Hines gets it to Jaden Hines over the top to Buller. Dances around, finds space. Gets it to Sullivan, who marks on attacking 50. Players leading in different directions. Sullivan, centering kick. Looking here for Wilkinson. Ben Hyatt can nearly have taken that mark. Plakalovic, Ben Hyatt, round the corner snap. Misses everything.
Misses everything.
Out of bounds on the fall. Be a relieving free kick in the back pocket for the Kangaroos. Whoa, mark dropped there by Chilcott. Has time to recover, gets it to Byrne. Been one of their best, Ryan Byrne. Kick though not great, looking for Richards. Could be a goal here resulting with Hyatt.
Launceston fiddling. They're fiddling around. It's 5 possessions.
Jess Buller for goal number 3. Jess Buller. He's kicked it. That's his third today. The youngster from the Tassie Devils squad. And the first there of the third quarter for Launceston. 15-6-96 to Deloraine 2-4-16.
Took Launceston 5 possessions inside about a 20-metre radius to be able to get the ball to Jess Buller to get a shot at goal. The pressure was good. Pressure was good from Deloraine.
Fortunate for young Ryan Byrne, who's had a great game, just didn't quite nail that 45 kick, and that opened the door for the Blues.
Yeah, the errors that come out can kill you. They can nail you with a goal.
So umpire Wright surveys the field. And of course, we've got the 6-6-6 these days, which is great. Opens up the space. Umpire throws the ball up. Faulkner with the tap. Farks is the call. As Farquhar gets it out now. But Bloomfield does okay. Sharking it though as Jaden Hines weaves his way through traffic. Handball to his brother Jake. He's surrounded. Handball looking there for Plakalovic. He kicks it inside 50. In fact, that was Ship who got it inside 50. Plakalovic's there now. Fighting with Holden. And it's going to be a ball up. The two Hines boys have been outstanding today.
They communicate well together. It's Hines to Hines. You've called 5 or 6 times.
Absolutely.
They know where each other are.
Bloomfield worked hard all day. Kicks up here in the Hewitt direction. Couldn't quite take the mark. Picking it up now. Here's Gina McCormack. He tries to break a couple of tackles. And the umpire's having none of it. Be a free kick. The Deloraine player on the ground slow to get up. That's Rickard. Who's I think a bit with that shoulder injury. It's up gingerly. Rickard spearing pass here towards Johnson. Clears him. There's Jake Hines again. Chip kick to Gillow. Gillow thinks about going by hand. Ends up kicking up the wing. Not a great kick. Picking up his Taylor for Deloraine. He gets away from his opponent. Kick there looking for Williams. Not a great kick. Pfeiffer does okay. Try to pick up the players on the far side. Binoculars time. Ends up now here with Gillow. Gillow left foot kick to the run of Jeffries right on the boundary line. Oh, he's finding space inside 50. Is Dylan Farquhar. He takes the mark. Man on the mark, 45 out.
That's the transition that Deloraine have got to learn as to how the ball can be moved so well. Hand to foot, small pass, small hand pass, but just keeping possession of the ball.
Dylan Farquhar twirls the ball in his hands. It's a fair way out. Breeze has dropped right away here now. Kicks to the northern end of the ground. Dylan Farquhar just off to the left. Not a bad kick, but didn't quite get the direction there. 15-7-97. Plays 2-4-16. Kick out from fullback from Jaden last. Measures the kick beautifully.
Beautifully.
Finds a teammate over there. And that's the number 5, Ben Atkins. Hasn't got a lot of options ahead of himself. So he might have to kick long down the line, which he does. for a target over there in Bloomfield, but coming across in front is Boyd. Boyd, Wormburner, poor kick in the direction of Buller. He's kicked 3. It's out of trouble. Jess Buller to the goal square. Wilkinson. He might have been impeded there.
Very unlucky.
Umpire says play on. But I think thrown out of the contest there was a Deloraine player, I think, in Croden. It's coming back to him. So Croden in the back pocket. Thinks about switching, but really hasn't got an option to do that.
This is where they get stuck.
They do indeed. Kick goes okay though to Bloomfield. Kicks to the centre of the ground. Leading up was Rickard, but too tall was Farquhar. Dylan Farquhar had a great game today. Might have been best game for the year so far, I reckon. Spearing pass to Wilkinson, but it falls short in the lap there of Connor McCormack.
Farquhar took on Alex Lee from North for here in the last game he played, and he had the better of Lee that day, so that was probably the best game. This will be second best, so he's come into a great vein of form, certainly. Dylan
has. It was a really interesting game for the Blues because they really matched North Launceston for large portions of that game.
They did. We've come a lot of confidence come out of that game to show Launceston's not far away from North.
Absolutely. Connor McCormack, 48 out, kicks towards goal. Pretty good kick. Clears the line easily. Beautiful contact there from Connor McCormack, and he kicks the goal for Launceston. 16-7 at 103. It's his first for today. 2-4-16. 2 goals to 1 this quarter now to the Blues.
Nice strike. Very good.
Player that goes under the radar a bit, Connell. He's a solid performer. Made his way into the team during the TSL days, of course.
Yes.
Just is there and abouts every week. Give you a good even performance. Lining up in the wing at the moment on the coach Milburn. Often you see a 41-year-old wingman. Nick Milburn.
No, there's not many at all.
No, he's had a good game today, Nick. He wants to be in and around it, I think. Hence he's up the ground. Here's Jake Hines trying to escape the tackle from Richards. He does so. Handball to Farquhar. Tries to break the tackle. Gets it away now to Oliver Atkins. 55 out. Kicks towards goal. Wilkinson's there. I was going to say takes the mark, but he didn't. But on the follow-up is Price, who kicks the goal. It's his second goal for today. Pretty sure it's Jesse Price. Help me out, Malcolm.
Finn Price.
Is it? Oh, sorry, Finn Price.
Yeah, Finn Price has kicked that.
Apologies.
That's his second for the day.
That's his second there. Yep. So Finn Price, the number 34, kicks a 17th goal for Launceston. 17-7, 109. 2-4-16. Yeah, Wilkinson shocked me there. I was just about to call him taking the mark.
He's dropped the sitter.
He's kicked those 6 goals. He hasn't kicked one for a while. His total of goals now for the year. He's a leading goal kicker for Launceston now. Let me see. That's 34 goals now for Archie Wilkinson this season. Secondary ball up. Been playing nearly 12 minutes in this quarter. Taking it now is Bloomfield. Might have got a high tackle. Has to get rid of it now. Richards is there. He's got the footy. Gets a kick away in time. Out to the wing. Here's Brad Rickard. Picks it up. Kicks inside 50. Leading player there is Hewitt. Goes over his head. He's got it now. Releases the footy. Plenty of Launceston players there to mop up though. As Tyrrell gets it away to Jaden Hines. Long clearing kick.
This is the transition again that Deloraine have got to restrict.
Sullivan over to Jake Hines. Escapes the tackle. Kicks towards half forward. Ball from behind. Ends up with Jess Buller. Gets to 48. Kicks on goal. And this time didn't lower the eyes. He went for it himself. Offline though. 17-8, 110 to 2-4-16. Margin 94. Kick out from fullbacks. Pretty good. Right on the chest there, Brad Rickard. Beckons players towards him. Goes for Ryan Byrne. He takes a slips catch. Defensive side of the centre square. Has a running player here in Taylor. Clears him, goes to Richards. Richards has a player on the wing. He tries to get to the advantage of. I think that's Jaden Last. Takes the footy. Gets to 48. Kicks towards goal. And I think he's kicked it.
Go.
Just make sure that was Jaden Last drifting up from the back line. I think I saw the number 13 on his back. We'll give it to him. That's a fine goal. And good play from the Kangaroos from half back. A gutsy kick from Rickard to Byrne. And Jaden Last, yeah, it's definitely him. He's
certainly him, yes.
Coming back to the back line. Unlikely goal kicker, kicks the third for Deloraine. They moved the ball well, Malcolm.
They moved the ball very well that time. They kept possession, and a great contest from Jaden to virtually a one-on-one contest, take it and kick very cleanly. We always pick on backmen for their skill at kicking, but can't pick on him for that one.
I think it's their best goal of the day, definitely by Deloraine. But it's their second goal of the quarter. So 3 goals to 2 in this quarter. That's what Nick Milburn was asking for, that little bit more effort. See what happens from the next clearance here as Jake Hines has got it. Kicks towards Oliver Atkins, who marks inside the centre square. Ollie is the call. Up here in the Wilkinson direction. He's a one-on-one, can't take the mark. Deloraine defence still all right. So Ben Atkins has got the job there on Wilkinson. He's kept him just to 1 goal since quarter time.
Yeah, he went up one-handed then, tried to hold off Atkins, and no effort to get the ball particularly.
Wilkinson tries to work it clear. Trying to break through is Jaden Last. Oh, gee, off the ground there from Last. Not kicking in danger though. Finds its way to Ben Hyatt. Plakalovic. Handballs backwards to Faulkner. His handball's a bit hot there for Hyatt. Back to Hyatt now. Farquhar decides to kick. High kick. Approaching the ball's Wilkinson. Well done, Nick Milburn in front. Affected the spoil. On the boundary line, Conway. Don't tell me he's kicked that. No, it's off to the right. It's a miracle goal in the second quarter, did Ethan Conway.
Couldn't do it again, but tried. Wasn't far off.
17-9 plays 3-4. Taylor. Liam Taylor. Those orange boots are getting more vibrant as that light fades. Kicks wide, but gee, that's a good mark. Is that Pfeiffer over there?
Yes.
No, it's
Tina
McCormack.
McCormack.
Centering ball to Wilkinson. Oh, he should have taken that mark. Ricochets away. Bloomfield with a handball over the top. Tries to get it to Taylor. He can't quite pick it up. Chilcott back to now to Tina McCormack. Poor handball. Contested footy. Inside attacking 50 for Launceston. Jake Hines breaks it up with a handball. Plakalovic searches for a handball option. Oliver Atkins. Centering ball. Price. Can't quite take the mark. He's Holden. Little kick to the advantage of Milburn. Gets after it. Handball tries to find Holden. Ends up now with Conway. Ethan Conway for goal.
Same result.
Same spot, same result. 17-10-1-12. 3-4-22 margin 90. I'll take a breath, Malcolm. Talk to us.
Take a breath. That was a bit frantic, that sort of entry from Launceston. There was an enormous amount of possession for obviously a little result in the end.
Out it comes. Oh, nice mark by Milburn.
Outmarked a much larger player. Experienced player, Nick.
Absolutely. Really guided Deloraine in their first year in the Premier League. Short kick up here towards Rickard. Ball from behind from Boyd. Spills out of bounds.
The effort's still there from Deloraine. It's definitely still there. They haven't backed off, haven't slackened off at all. They know the contest is tough, it is strong, but they're staying with it.
They've had competitive efforts against South and Longford in recent weeks. So the improvement is definitely there. Ryan Byrne over the top looking for Chilcott. Chilcott's got it. Kick around the corner into the centre square. They rise high. Boyd with a spoil from behind. Out here towards Johnston. Falls over. Opens the door now for Faulkner. Handball backwards to Ben Hyde in space. Spearing pass now to Boyd. Boyd has an option further afield in Tina McCormack. He plays on. Spearing pass to Jake Hines, who marks about 45 out from goal.
And will probably have his shot at goal, I would say. Calm down the play, the frantic for a while, and take the shot.
Jake Hines takes a deep breath. Retreats back into the centre square to start his run up. Kicks from just inside 50. Nice high kick. It drifts back in for a goal. No, it doesn't. No. It's just offline. Gee, the way the umpire positioned himself there, it had me fooled. 17-11, 113. to 3-4-22. So after being very accurate in the second quarter, and they've kicked 3 goals, 6 this quarter, the Blues. Ball spills out of bounds. So I might try and get some updated Premier League scores here. Let's just have a stoppage in play here, right in front of us. And latest scores we've got, no update since the last one, so it might be half-time still at some of those venues. Come back to that. As Sullivan now kicks inside 50. Bouncing footy, chaos ball. Price has got it. Tries to get a handball over the top. Intercepted by the Deloraine defence. Connor McCormack's got it now, though, to Wilkinson for goal number 7. Puts it on the boot towards goal. Well done there by Taylor. He puts the pressure on Hines now. Ball spills out, Jaden Hines. Handball smothered there by Holden for Deloraine, and it goes out of bounds.
Good defence there from Deloraine to hold that. The ball was right in the goal square, and 2 or 3 Launceston players, but they managed to take it out wide in front of the club rooms and out of bounds.
Nearly 20 minutes gone in this third quarter. You listen to City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5. As a push out in the ruck contest is going to go to Deloraine.
Very obvious, that one.
Absolutely.
And that's probably going to be fit. No, it's not. They haven't paid it.
Bloomfield gets it wide and out of Chilcott. Chilcott chip kick to Milburn. Just set it up. A little bit high for Milburn, but he took the mark right in front of us. Down to Tony soon for some news. Kick comes in here in the direction of Caleb Atkins. He can't take the mark. Ben Hyatt releases the handball now to Faulkner on the boundary line. Centering kick. Conway's there. Wilkinson's there. Over the back. Taken by Holden, who clears the area to space. But there's all the Blues. They can raffle it here. Gillow. Gee, he might have copped one high, but he gets out of it. Back now to Ship, who lays back in the kick. Inside attacking 50. Bloomfield was chopping at the arms there. It'll be a free kick going the way of Leighton Bloomfield.
Deloraine are making it very difficult for Launceston to get clean entries into their forward 50 in the last 5 minutes. It's been excellent work indeed.
Chilcott sets it up here towards Burns. Ball from behind from Buller. Ball right in front of us here now as Ben Hyatt takes it. And kick out of bounds on the full. Good pressure from Ryan Byrne. So we might go down to Tony for some news from the boundary.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 minutes ago, Dylan Farquhar hobbled off.
Okay.
He has that unique thing called double cramp.
Okay.
Cramp in both legs.
You can see him jogging on the boundary line now, so hopefully he's trying to work it out. It's not a nice feeling. He's done a lot of work today, there's no doubt about it. No wonder he's got
painful. That'd be very painful.
Chilcott kicks it up the direction of Milburn, who takes the mark. Chance here for an inside 50 for Deloraine. As he kicks it to Richards. 2 kicks out from goal. Richards sums up his options. Does have Darcy Hewitt a bit of space. He goes in that direction. Hewitt on a one-on-one there with Hedger. Spills to the side. Taken there by Presnell. Works it to Ryan Ship. He's become a really handy player across half-back. I thought he was great against North Launceston a couple of weeks ago, Ryan Ship. Ben Hyatt, lovely kick, finds Gillow. Gillow has a runner on the far side. Gets it now to Jeffries. Jeffries chips it inside 50. Oh, nice work there from Jake Hines. Couldn't quite complete the mark, though, up against Ben Atkins. Outside 50, Hines has got it. Little handball. Nice little evasion there from Jeffries. It's on attacking 50 for Launceston. Presnell's got it. He's tackled by Bloomfield. Holding the ball as he took on the tackler. Tell you what, number 6, Leighton Bloomfield, has been terrific today, Malcolm.
He's done very well indeed. He's kept at it and at it.
He's been in the ruck most of the day. And out it comes now here from Jaden Last. Jaden Last again gets it to Byrne. Little handball over the top looking for Caleb Atkins. But the Blues have got it now. Here's Price for his third. Finn Price has kicked a goal for Launceston, I think. He snuck it in.
Just.
It's his second goal for the quarter. 18-11. 119. Plays 3-4-22. So the margin is now 97 points. He's been handy up there, young Finn.
Very handy indeed, yes, he has. But Deloraine are making Launceston work very, very hard for these goals. It's been a very, very encouraging performance based on what we played against them 6 weeks ago.
That's right. Well, that's the improvement we were seeking. Of course, there's a fair way to go in this game. And as we can see, fitness will play a big part in this last quarter. We've been playing 23 and a half minutes. Might just get an AFL score. I reckon that Gold Coast versus Melbourne game is just about done pretty much. Oh, I tell you what, Melbourne have come back a bit, but it's probably too late. 14-13-97, the Gold Coast Suns, and Melbourne 11-12-78 with about 4 minutes to go. There's Bloomfield again. We just mentioned him, working hard. Almost gets himself a clearance.
Farquhar's back on.
Yeah, that's good.
Solved the leg problems.
Out of Bailey Gillow. 20-metre handball. Finds McCormack, now to Ship. Beautifully taken in there by Faulkner, who shoved as he kicks it. It'll be downfield. Slightly undisciplined act there by the Deloraine player. So Jeffries will take the free kick. Kicked a goal in the second quarter. Angus Jeffries.
He's got the leg from there. He's going to kick just on 50.
Malcolm's called it, viewers and listeners.
45-degree angle. Oh, he's going to run to his left.
He kicks on goal, just falls short. Wilkinson's there, almost claims the mark. Play on. There's Milburn, and Wilkinson fired it out. And we'll get a ball up, about 20 metres out from Launceston's goal.
Happens so often that a player runs to one way to try and get a bit more distance and doesn't get the accuracy with the kick, and that's what happened on that occasion.
Bloomfield with the tap. Only as far as Jake Hines. Kicks backwards here towards Ben Hyatt, who marks, man on the mark, 45 out. So just getting a bit of control of this game now, the Blues, after a fairly even half of this quarter. Earlier today, it was Deloraine in the women's game, 3-4-22, defeating Launceston 1-4-10.
Well, it's been 4 goals to 2 this quarter, so Deloraine would say that they've had a great quarter.
Ben Hyatt gets some distance
Runs
with the stand roll,
right,
kicks towards goal.
and doesn't get the accuracy.
Yes, just missed off to the right there. 18-12, 120 to 3-4-22, margin 98 points. So last now, out from full-back. Up here looking for Richards. Spills to the back. Pfeiffer is happy to see it go out of bounds. So along the back line, they've been pretty good today. Likes of Pfeiffer and Tyrrell and Boyd. Noah Hedger back there, his first game this year.
Well, some experience back there. Tyrrell and Boyd have both played in 3 flags for Launceston,
Yes.
so there's a very experienced duo.
Faulkner flips it over the back looking for Gillow. Picks it up now. It's it backwards to Hyatt. Sweeping handball to Jaden Hines. Back to Hyatt. Back to Jaden Hines. Long handball to Gillow on the boundary line. Thinks about the handball. Now kicks. Plenty of tall timber up there for the Blues, including Conway. Well done, Jaden last. Got a hand in on it. Spills out now to Jeffries as a player wider calling for the ball. And that's Presnell, who marks outside 50. Leading player is Wilkinson, who leads up and takes the mark. We'll go back and have a look at goal number 7.
It'll be his first shot at goal since probably early in the second quarter, I would think.
Yep, it's young Atkins there has done a pretty good job. Ben Atkins, the number 5. Right in front of the change rooms. The Brew Coffee Hut van, sponsor here on City Park Radio. Wilkinson kicks towards goal. He's off to the right. That's another behind. Or is it out of bounds? It might have brushed the behind post.
Brushed the post.
18-12, 120, 3-4-22. So 4 goals, 7 this quarter for the Blues. A chance late.
So more shots at goal than last quarter, but not accurate.
No.
Love this young boundary umpire. He has
There's a go at it, doesn't he?
a one-arm throw at it, but it works.
Little handball from Price finds Sullivan.
The lights are on.
The lights are coming on. Thank you, Scotty Stevens. As Jaden Hines gets tackled about 40 metres out from goal.
Yes, the lights are definitely needed at the moment. It's getting very dull. Was getting very dull.
Good for us commentators, especially in that far side of the ground. Difficult in the fading light. Out it comes here towards Rickard. He takes the ball in. Needs to be careful, but umpire Wright blows a whistle straight away. Up it goes. Taken there by Crowden.
Oops.
Falling over there was Ben Blacklow. Chilcott's got it. Nice handball to Rickards. They're away here, Deloraine. Can they fashion an attacking
Here's
move?
their opportunity. This is to show.
Handball from Williams. Back to Rickard. Going wider here towards Bussey. The youngster, he picks it up. Needs to get it away quickly. He's kicked it straight into the Launceston player who takes the footy. So they can rebound now from half back through Bailey Gillow. He's got no one on the mark. Kick short. Finds Hyatt. Hyatt, sideways kick to Boyd. Drops it but has time to recover. Kick's not great. Straight to Milburn who overruns it. There's that man again, Bloomfield, who's held without it. Good umpiring. So Leighton Bloomfield will take the free kick. Defensive side of the wing. The dying seconds here of the third quarter. 29 and a half minutes gone. Certainly was the dying seconds.
It certainly was.
It's three-quarter time. 18-12, 120, the Blues. And they are leading Deloraine 3-4-22. So that quarter went 29 and a half minutes as the players head to their respective huddles. Malcolm Atkins, your thoughts there on the third quarter?
Yeah, pretty similar to what we've been saying most of the game. I don't think Deloraine have backed off on their endeavour. If they can maintain this for one more quarter when the fitness is starting to take its toll and the legs are getting a bit heavy, they'll probably walk away from this game reasonably happy. But they must not let it slip in this last quarter. Let Launceston blow them out with another 8 or 10 goals. They must maintain the same pressure. We'll say it was only 4 goals to 2 that quarter. They would be respectively happy with that, even though Launceston did kick very, very poorly at goal.
Goal kickers.
Goal kickers. Archie Wilkinson still has that 6. Jess Bull's got 3. Finn Price has got 3. And lots of singles. And the 3 goals for Deloraine are Ben Blacklow for that first quarter, Darcy Hewitt and Jaden Last with that ripper from the half-back line. He took the run and scored their 3rd goal of the game.
Lights coming on here at Windsor Park. The two teams now are getting their last instructions before the last quarter. We'll take a short break here on City Park Radio. When we come back, we'll have a look at the stats and we'll set the scene for the last quarter.
Dad, it's nearly time for holiday program.
All right, I suppose I can drive you. Yes.
Dad, it's nearly time for holiday program.
All right, I suppose I can drive you. Yes.
Brought to you by Elgas for your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. And it's time for a break or a hot drink. Get a cappuccino from our sponsor, Brewed Coffee Hut. They're at the games here, usually at Utah Stadium and Windsor Park, home games and various other events around northern Tasmania. So thank you for your support. Elgas and Brewed Coffee Hut. Stats have arrived, so Malcolm's scanning those a little bit, but we'll have a bit of a look at some of the other scores. So Scottsdale 19-19-133 lead. Sorry, start that again. North Launceston 19-19-133 lead Scottsdale 2 goals straight 12. An interesting game up at Youngtown. It's South Launceston 6-9-45 leading Longford 4-4-28. So The Bulldogs taking control of that game there. What do you got stats-wise for us, Malcolm?
Well, just look at the individual. Ben Hart, 16 possessions in the third quarter to 34 for the game. Jake Hines, 13 for also 34 for the game. There's some big possession goers. Bailey Gillows in big improvement with 11, 22 so far for the game. And I'll still give Dylan Farquhar a nod for 23 possessions in his own right as a ruckman and a mobile ruckman at that. If you look at team stats, I think the inside 50s was probably the issue, 21-5.
Okay.
There's the pressure Launceston is putting on to get possessions inside, yet only get 4 goals out of 21 inside 50s is not a result that Jake Hines will be happy with. Tackle count, Deloraine 18-12. That's a great result for them. But possession-wise, it's 320 possessions to 179. So it's a massive difference in that area.
Yeah, so those inside 50s, Deloraine did pretty well. They scored 2 goals from just those 5 entries in that quarter.
True.
So pretty good job. Division 1 scores. One blast of the horn there. So it was a draw earlier on today. St Patrick's 10-7-67. Defeated. Drew with Hillwoods 10-7-67. So very close game there, obviously. Lilydale 17-7-109. Lead Bridgenorth 10-3-63. Georgetown 8-8-56. Lead Old Launcestonians 4-7-31. And no scores available as yet from Rocherley and Old Scotch. And Division 2, which I haven't looked at so far today. If we look at the scores there, very close between Bridport and East Coast. East Coast 12-13-85. In fact, that's a final score, thank you. 12-13-85 to East Coast, to Bridport 10-14-74. And final score, Perth 11-13-79, defeated Campbelltown 9-6-60. And Evandale 29-21-195. Big win is over Meander. 1 goal straight 6. So it brings you up to date with all the scores. And to bring us up to date with the huddle down there for Deloraine, here's Tony Webb on the boundary.
Yeah, look, Nick Milburn was still happy with the effort they're doing. He said they're still letting themselves down a little bit with just that little thing that, like checking up on the man. He wants them to do a lot more man-to-man this quarter. He says that when you're getting the ball and you're getting clear, you're looking for your option, you're going from 100% down to 70%, and that's allowing the Launceston players, the defence, back into the game, because A, they can tackle you, or B, they cover the options. So he wants them to go to 100%. But he just kept saying, keep going, keep persisting, keep effort. The talker was good that quarter. You just got to be man-to-man. Don't hunt the ball necessarily. Follow the man. Don't allow them to get numbers there, because that's what they're good at, and that's what they want to do. They want to have 4 or 5 to 4 or 3 Deloraine. So you just got to go with your man so that the contests are even and go from there.
Thank you, Tony. That's a great message there from Nick Milburn to the Deloraine group. Great. I mean, we're hearing it from Tony, but you can just see that Nick Milburn's not about, that old-fashioned get in there and your guts and all that sort of stuff. It's the tactical part of the game.
I think you really have to. I think you've got a reasonably young side. There's some experience in it, but there's also some youth, and there's no point blasting the youth when they're coming into a brand new competition against former state league sides. As
Brad Rickard gets the first clearance here for the Kangaroos towards half forward. Jacob Boyd in a battle there with Darcy Hewitt. Darcy Hewitt did well there against Boyd. He's got hold of him. A wrestling manoeuvre. He's still got hold of him as the ball spills out the back. He's got another tackle, Darcy Hewitt. She's 10 out of 10, son. But it still might escape here through Boyd. Out here to Jeffries, now to Jake Hines. Jake Hines takes a bounce on the wing. And another. Winds back the clock as he dashes down the wing of Windsor Park. In towards the forward 50, Ben Hyatt. Massive number of possessions in the third quarter. And now snaps a goal for Launceston, Ben Hyatt. He really has played a magnificent game today. We talked about his numbers to three-quarter time. 34 possessions. Now he's kicked a goal on the run. And it's the first goal of the last quarter to Launceston. 19-12, 126. And they lead Deloraine 3-4-22 as the margin skips over 100 points.
I think that might have been what Nick Milburn was talking about at the last break, is that nobody followed Ben Hyatt down. He kept on going by himself. The ball was spilt from the marking contest, and he was right there at the base of the pack, pick it up and kick cleanly. You've got to follow those players. You can't let Launceston players run freely like that.
Yeah, no, I think, it's Tony Webb relayed there. Yeah, that running in numbers.
That's exactly the point he made, yes.
As we're back in the middle, First goal of the last quarter from the bounce. Farquhar hits it straight to his ruckman in Bloomfield. Posing ruckman, that is. Now it's back to Farquhar. He slips over on the spongy turf. He gets it now towards Gillow. Wood Hines. How about that turf at SCG last night? That was terrible.
That was terrible.
There's it off hands now. Ryan Byrne gets tackled. Releases the footy. Jaden Last swung in a tackle as well. And no prior. Will be a ball up in attacking 50 now for Launceston. Yes, that'll be looked at during the week, I'd say.
We'll get the Sydney curator to have a look at this ground, see how good this is.
That's right. As Ryan Byrne releases the footy. Last tries to escape. He's tackled again by Conway. It's a good battle. There's a little bit of push and shove. Been a game played in a really good spirit so far.
Good spirits.
Yep, good to see. Ball comes down to Richards. Gets it back to Last, who's been really impressive. Kicked a great goal in the third quarter. Ball ricochets to Milburn. Handballs backwards, but can't find a target. Here they go now through Presnell. Sideways handball to Ship. Gets it back towards a teammate. It might have a holding free kick. It's going to come back to Ryan Ship. Right against the boundary line on the far side. Short kick. Also against the boundary line. Taking the mark over there is Presnell. Leading up is Wilkinson. They'll have an opportunity for goal number 7. He kicked 5 in the first, 1 in the second, 0 in the third, but a chance here, as I said, for goal number 7. Those lights are definitely making a difference.
Definitely made a difference, yeah. The ground's back to what it should be when we started the game.
So here comes Archie Wilkinson from 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. Umpire works to the right, one behind. 19-13, 127 to 3-4-22.
It's his first point for the day. He's had one out of bounds in the full, but it's his first actual point.
Liam Taylor. It's out from fullback. Finds Milburn. Against the boundary line. Spots up Ryan Byrne. Kicks backwards. Once again to Taylor. So they can shift it here. Croden has made space. He takes the mark. Now he's got a leading player here in Rickard. Up against him is Jeffries. Rickard did okay there, I thought, to cause some space, but umpire said it was too early. So a free kick to Jeffries.
A fine line there before taking a player out of the contest,
Yes.
and actually using your body.
Hyatt. Spearing pass. Ricochets off the chest there of Sullivan. He gets the ball back again, but kicks it straight to Milburn. Must have been touched. Milburn tackled there by Jess Buller. It'll be a ball up.
3/4 of the players within 20 metres of the ball.
As you often see these days, unfortunately. Ryan Byrne works hard. Gets it out to Rickard. Sweeping handball. Now to Chilcott. He kicks up the wing. Off the hands there of Bakes. Taking the footy is Tina McCormack. He's tackled. Gillow gets it to Tyrrell. He's dispossessed. Boyd mops up. Now to Farquhar. Sweeping handball to Jaden Hines. He's got a runner on the outside. That's Presnell from 50. Gets underneath the footy. Fades away. Hyatt. Acrobatic leap. Still got it, Ben Hyatt. Handballs to Jake Hines, who snaps a goal. So good work there from Ben Hyatt. He just kept the footy in play.
Stayed in the contest. That's
right.
what you've got to do, stay in the contest.
That's a 20th goal. Is that Jake's second, I think?
Yes.
Second goal.
2 goals, 2 for the day.
20 goals, 13, 133. Plays 3-4-22. This is a danger period, I think, for Deloraine, Malcolm.
I think it is, yeah. We don't want Launceston now to suddenly blow the game away with another 8 or 10 goals. That's got to try and avoid that. Launceston will be really trying to rattle up the percentage. Don't allow them if you can keep the pressure on.
So final score, the Gold Coast Suns 15-14, 104, Melbourne 12-13, 85. So a much needed win there for the Suns. So footy is bounced down by umpire McEntee. Escaping there is Bloomfield, been impressive today, inside 50. And the Blues defence gets back there and Fife takes the mark. He's got a leading player there in Colin McCormack who takes the mark. 45 kick finds Gillow. Gillow goes wide.
Got them everywhere here.
Jaden Hines, yep.
Everywhere.
Runners galore. Kick's not great though. Still might fall to the advantage of Farquhar, who somehow taps it on Jeffries. He gets to 45. Jeffries kicks to the goal square. Funny old kick. Almost a mark to Hyatt. Ball still in play. Hyatt works hard. Tries to escape. A couple of tackles. So the ball up right near the goal square. 7 minutes gone in this last quarter. They clear the area. Conway out of mid-air. Ambitious.
Ambitious, very ambitious.
But he misses. It's to the right. So 20-14, 134 to 3-4-22.
1 goal forward to Ethan Conway today. He won't be happy with that return.
Jaden Last kicks wide there. Looking for Bloomfield. It's knocked away from him. Out of play. So right in front of one of the 1, 2, 3, 4 new light towers. Bright and shiny. Erected over the summer break, along with the other developments here. Malcolm, you mentioned before you had another 150th thing that you forgot to mention half-time. We'll get to that at the next stoppage.
Next stoppage we will.
As Farquhar gets the kick away. That could be now. What do you got for us?
They've got a 10-part documentary being produced by Rick Fontaine about
yep.
the Launceston Football Club.
Great job.
That will be launched on the night of our gala night. They'll be shown in 10 weekly episodes up until the final series for the NTFA, just to show the full journey of Launceston Footy Club.
Yeah, Rick does a great job with those. There's one with Scottsdale and Sheffield and
Latrobe, I think.
Latrobe, Bridge North. I think he's done some work there, so they great production. The ball down the wing with Jake Hines. Kicks backwards here, looking for Tyrrell. Takes the mark. Tyrrell switches the play to the far side now to Ryan Shipp. He's been very efficient today. Kicks it in now to Jaden Hines. Beautiful spearing pass. Oh, that's magnificent.
Wouldn't have gone more than a foot off the ground. It's gone 35, 40 metres.
Onto the chest. I think that's Oliver Atkins. Help me out, Malcolm.
Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah.
Who's taken the mark about 40 out, slightly right of centre. But that is the old stab pass. I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
So far this quarter, 2 goals, 2 to no score.
Not a renowned goal kicker, Oliver. He's started the year in the back pocket. He's worked his way to the on-ball roll.
Doing the old twirl of the ball in the hands. Close to the man on the mark. Not a bad attempt. Oliver Atkins has kicked it. And he's happy about it too.
By look at the reaction, it may well be his first for the year.
Could be. So Oliver Atkins joins the list of goal kickers here today. Number 17 for Launceston. He kicks his first 21-14 at 140. Plays at 3-4-22. But gee, the highlight of that move was the pass.
11 individual goal kickers today for the Blues and 3 for Deloraine.
So the ball being relayed back to the centre. Our next match for broadcast here on City Park Radio is checking in a couple of weeks' time. We've got Longford versus Scottsdale out at Longford. So that'll be on the 12th of July. Of course, the state game next week at Latrobe. So great to see that...
Northwest getting in one of the major games.
Absolutely. I think it's the Queensland game. So they've beaten Queensland last 2 years at Tasmania, North Hobart, and then up in Queensland last year. From the centre tap, Ryan Byrne overruns it. Here's Jaden Hines. Handballs back to his brother. Overcooks it a bit. Has time to recover. Back to Jaden Hines. Another worm-burning pass, this time towards Conway. Can't take it. Jaden Last does well. Kicks up here towards half forward. Beautiful pass to Joe Griffin. Takes a mark. 2 kicks out from goal. Joseph Griffin. Shorts it up here to Richards. William Richards.
Still 2 kicks out from goal.
Yes. Sending it to Hewitt. Oh, got his head in the way of the ball. He might have got a boot to the head there accidentally. He's gone down as Darcy Hewitt. Ball's going to come back though. He needs to get up. As Chilcott's got it. Darcy Hewitt holding his head. But Chilcott goes wider to Last, who's got a great left foot kick. Up here towards Milburn. Oh! The old fella takes it.
A beautiful one-hander.
The legs were working overtime to get back to the position, and it was a beautiful mark. And Nick Milburn, who's kicked 8 goals this year, hasn't played up forward much today. Darcy Hewitt's up, which is good news for Deloraine fans. Tough shot though.
Yeah, he's only 30 metres out, but he's on a horrible angle. But he is a right footer.
he going to go directly at the goal? Is he going to sneak around? Goes directly at the goal. Goes across the face. Williams can't quite get there. It's out of bounds on the foot.
Fortunate result.
Jacob Boyd kicks outside defensive 50. Crashing the contest there was Croden. Did a great job. Picks the footy up now. Happy to take on the tackle. It's a good defensive effort there from Brad Croden. Right, starting to take almost full effect here. AFL game just underway. We'll get an early score in a moment. There's Jaden Hines. Gets the handball away. Don't argue there from Bloomfield. Chance here. Tatnall goes to ground. Tina McCormack fumbles. Not a great passage to play this one. But Boyd finally gets the kick away. Ooh, and got in the back there. It was a mark anyway to Chilcott. Chilcott has a leading player in Griffin. In the way, though, is Gillow. Gillow kicks straight away wide. Contest there. The young and the old. Dane and Plakavic and also Nick Milburn. Plakalovic, I should say. I got it right there. Ryan Shipp.
Oh, just gone over the line.
Gone over the line. There's Matthew Jones, big favourite of City Park Radio's commentary. He always pulls me up when I say Plakalovic's name wrong. He sends me texts. I'm not sure if he's listening today. He might be at the footy at Utah Stadium. From the ball up, well, the boundary throw in, I beg your pardon. It comes now here towards Ryan Byrne. Little fumble. Jake Hines to Jaden. Don't know how many times that's happened today. It's like Marsh and Lilly. There's Jaden Hines now. Long handball over to Price. On the boundary line, I think that's Tyrrell. He's tackled, he's gone. Good tackling, Deloraine.
Launceston fiddling a bit. They don't need to, but trying to maintain possession, but the pressure's still there.
Tackle was Jaden Last, who's been in the top 5 for Deloraine, I reckon, today. Invited now to play on. Close to the boundary line. Yeah, ball up. Been playing 13, nearly 14 minutes. 21-14, 140 Launceston. Deloraine 3-4-22. Excuse me, had a little cough there as it comes out to Jake Hines. Takes a bounce, takes a second bounce. Kicks inside 50, but straight down the throat there of the Deloraine defender.
Didn't do his full forward any favours at all with that possession.
Kicks wide. Yeah, looking for Blacklow. Takes the mark. Kicked the first goal of the day for Deloraine. Kick in the direction of Williams. Didn't quite get there. Rebound now. Pfeiffer. Now to Jeffries. 48 out. Kicks towards the goal square. Marking contest player held back.
Yeah.
Free kick going the way of Bailey Gillow. I suspect it is back there.
Yeah.
He's right in front of goal.
A little bit of a panic from the Deloraine defender to stop Bailey and gave away the free kick.
Kicks his second goal as Bailey Gillow. And wants to march on to 22-14, 146. To Deloraine 3-4-22. It's margin 124 points. So that's their fourth goal of the quarter.
So it's not proving the blowout that we worried about, because they've been playing 15 minutes for 4 goals, so it's not the 10-12 goal that could have occurred. So it's still a good effort.
First 2 goals to Hawthorn at Utah Stadium. They lead 2 straight to the Kangas yet to score. Don't forget, coming up after this on City Park Radio, Rhythm in the Years. As umpire Wright throws it down. Ball comes out to Ben Hyatt. Goes sideways with the kick. Holden does well. Kicks it off the ground. In his debut, young Ethan Holden, still tracking the footy. Lays the tackle on Hyatt. Hyatt gets away though to Faulkner. Tip over the top here to Tina McCormack, who takes the mark. Gets away from Tatnall. Kicks towards right half forward. Good spoil there from Taylor on Jaden Hines. Close to the boundary line. And could be a ball up. When's the next home game here, Malcolm?
July the 12th.
July 12th,
the day of our gala.
Yes.
We'll play South Launceston. It'll be a nice early 1 o'clock game, so everybody can get themselves organised and make it along to the event. There will be no doubt, being interstate, people coming for the event that want to come to the game. So it should be a good game. Should be a good day.
Great tackle laid there on Finn Price. I think that's Rickard back there. It's a bit of a wounded warrior at the moment. He's had a great game today. Brad Rickard goes sideways into the back pocket. Comes out now towards Taylor. Liam Taylor's got it. Kicks towards the boundary line, but getting in the way there is Pekalovic. Out to Wilkinson, little fumble. Tries to get it back to Pekalovic. Be another ball up.
He hasn't had a good run, Wilkinson, since he's blitzing first quarter. He's had drop marks, fumbled the ball, missed kick, out of bounds on the full. It hasn't been a happy time for him.
No. But I think the defender there in Young Atkins has done a good job as well. We're going to get a high tackle free kick. It's like Connor McCormack. He turns around. I'm pretty sure it's the number 22. He's going back a long way.
A long way.
It is Connell. Kicked a goal in at the third quarter. Nice long goal. And he'll have to repeat the dose here. He'll be delivering from right on attacking, on the paint of 50.
Test his distance.
Gets himself around. Beautiful kick from Connell McCormack. Oh, what a set shot that is. It's his second long goal today in similar fashion. And it's a 23rd goal now for Launceston, 23-14 to 3-4. I tell you what, that kicking action of him, set shot, just sweet contact with the footy straight through the middle.
Yeah, slightly unusual. He sort of holds the ball a little bit oddly, but then moves to his right. But he makes great contact.
It's a little ray of sunshine. Quote a song. Just coming from the north there, just through the clouds.
Oh, we'll turn the lights off.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's been a good day here at Windsor Park. With a big win to the Blues in the reserves earlier, but turning the tables with the Kangaroos in the women's game. Here comes Tina McCormack, having a run on the ball. Gets to 55, goes long, and it fades away to the right. He had the goals right in his sights there, Tin, and there was no lowering of the eyes on that occasion.
I think he had potential goal of the day with that if he'd kicked that one straight, to tap the ball down, take it himself, take a bounce, run inside 50 and miss kick.
It's remind me of the guy from Essendon, Draper.
Scott Draper, yes.
That massive goal from the middle. Ruckman took a couple of bounces, kicked the goal. Boundary throw in. There's Jess Spooler in the ruck on that occasion. Spills out, Price kicks a goal. And I think that's the young Price's fourth goal. That would be a career high, I'd no doubt.
I would say so.
Young Finn Price has kicked 4 goals in that little forward pocket roll today.
Excellent roving to the ball up, the throw in. Make the most of the opportunity. Kick straight.
It's the 6th goal of the quarter for Launceston. And only played 20 minutes. They've got a chance to add that to that total. 24-14, 158. To Deloraine 3-4-22. And look, I've seen Deloraine spirits have been good all day. Just starting to see a few weary players just trudging back to the centre. It's a tough day.
Yeah, it's a tough day.
But I'm sure Nick Milburn will be happy with aspects of this game, there's no doubt about it. Matched Launceston at periods of the encounter. There's a massive hit there from Tina McCormack. But Karlovic can't get an effective possession. Ryan Burns slips over, then got one high. Flux of fortune there. The smallest player on the ground, the tallest player on the ground there. There's Ryan Burn kicks half forward. Nice mark over the back, taken there by Josh Cameron. Seen him much today.
The free kick's played. It'll have to come back. The free kick was played before the mark was taken, so it has to come back to...
We'll come back to Waylon Tatnell.
He'll take the free kick for an unrealistic attempt at a mark.
We were saying in the Scottsdale Deloraine game how much we loved Waylon Tatnell's name. As it comes over here now towards Taylor, drifting up from defence. Kicks inside 50. Milburn takes it, tries to spin out. In fact, it was Johnston, I beg your pardon. He couldn't take it with him. There's going to be a ball up. So a chance here for Deloraine. They're deep in their attacking 50. See if they can snap a goal here. Bloomfield there. Gillow tries to work it out. He's on the bottom of the contest. Johnston there. Bloomfield again. Johnston gets the handball away. Still a contested footy. Pfeiffer will clear the area with a penetrating drop punt to the wing. Nice mark taken there by Colin McCormack. As a runner here in Ben Hyatt. Ben Hyatt goes wider to Ship. Dangerous one. Well done, young Holden with the spoil, but it's all the numbers here with the Blues. Faulkner taps it on. Only as far as Richards, though. He tries to burst his way through. And it'll be a ball up.
Lucky not to be pinged for that one. He tried to break 2 tackles, but brought down for a ball up.
Chinna McCormack flips it over now to Hyatt. Hyatt releases the footy. Up the wing. Bouncing footy. Taken by Richards. It's a handball away to a teammate there, and Taylor. He coughs it up to Buller. Taylor looks sore at the moment over there. Keep an eye on that. Here they go streaming forward. Sullivan, I think, who kicks towards goal. It's out of bounds.
Had a mess of that one.
Lucas Sullivan. Solid game from him today. 22 minutes gone. And it's the Blues at the moment by 136. Kick out of defence. Nice mark taken there by Richards. He's been a busy player all day. And ball sideways to last. Gets tackled. Tries to find a teammate on the boundary line. That was Rickard. Players fall over. Noah Hedger gets a handball away. Ship. Back now to Jeffries, who kicks inside 50. Atkins. Oliver Atkins gets it to Buller. Buller to the goal square. Jake Hines in a bit of a wrestle. He chases after Chilcott now. His handball's not great. Back to Chilcott. Little kick. Just made contact, did he? Holding the man, says the umpire. Attacker was held on to after he got rid of the ball. So Jai Chilcott, who represented the NTFA last weekend. Trying to kick it back to the goal square. Oh, clears Richards. It might be an own behind here.
It is.
So 24-15, 159. 3-4-22 is the score. Blues commanding lead. Over the far side, Griffin can't take the mark. Hedger pumps it back inside 50. One-on-one, Jake Hines. His opponent there did pretty well in Jet Chilcott. Little snap towards goal, across the face. Out of bounds. So in the dying minutes of this game now here at Windsor Park.
Losing a bit of its contest at the moment. The
Yes.
energy's gone out of, I think, of both sides really. They're sort of going through the motions a bit at the moment to finish off the last probably 5 or 6 minutes.
Hawthorn 5 straight. North Melbourne 117.
Big start.
Big start to the Hawks. Atkins there. Caleb Atkins. Sorry, Ben Atkins got it out. Here now towards Chilcott. Kick up the wing. Smashed away there by Pfeiffer. Contested footy. Left half forward for Launceston. Holding the ball. Player on the bottom of the contest wasn't releasing it. That was Faulkner. Free kick. Jai Chilcott. Tony will grab an interview after the game. Kick comes here towards Hedger. Noah Hedger takes a mark. His kick smothered. Chance for Deloraine to break clear here. Brad Rickard cleared some space there for Holden. He's kicked to half forward. It's all Launceston. Getting back, taking a intercept mark is Ship. Sideways now to Boyd. Boyd low kick finds Faulkner. Faulkner spots up Buller. Good possession footy here from Launceston. Jess Buller. Long kick in the Hines direction. And a one-on-one. Can't quite take the mark over the back. It spills out of play. They only throw in 5 metres around from the right behind post for Launceston. .26 minutes gone here at Windsor Park. From the boundary throw-in. Little kick out of defence there from Caleb Atkins, only as far as Oliver Atkins. Chain of handballs now, ends up on the boundary line with Ben Hyatt. Tough shot at goal, Ben Hyatt. He makes it look easy sometimes, but not this occasion. I thought that was going through. 24-16, 160 to 3-4-22.
Well, the way the umpire didn't move a great deal. I thought,
No, he
yes,
didn't.
that
He
was
had
going
moved forward.
towards him, but he confused us.
Out of defence now. Long kick from the Deloraine defender. Easy mark taken there by Jacob Boyd. Inside 50, mark taken by Presnell for Launceston. He'll line up about 25 out, slightly left of centre.
2 players in the centre of the ground, the rest are forward of the centre. 34 players.
Yes, well, they'll have to get their way back quickly if Presnell kicks the goal for the 6-6-6. Lockie Presnell hasn't kicked one today. Did you say 11 goal kickers?
11 goal kickers, because it could be 12.
This could be the 12th one. Presnell kicks to the town end, makes no mistake. So another goal to the Blues, 25-16, 166. Deloraine 3-4-22. And that's Lockie Presnell's first goal. He's a good solid citizen now for Launceston. Made his debut as a youngster in the TSL, but now a regular senior player.
Oh, yeah, I think it'd be his 4th year at the club, I think. So, yes, he's improving every single year, Lockie.
Yeah, never forget James Leake. Took a mark for St Pat's in the last minute of the game against Hutchins a few years back, and it's been replayed a lot of time on social media because he was drafted. And it was Lockie Presnell who kicked it long. A really smart decision because that was about 20 seconds to go, and he kicked it long to James Leake, who took the big mark and kicked the goal. Levelled the scores, and then St Pat's won an extra time as it turned out. So Gillow now off the ground towards half forward. Buller picks up. He just seems to find space through traffic, Buller. Gets it to Jake Hines. Affected kick towards half forward. And getting over the shoulder there, his opponent was Jeffries, and free kick to Ryan Byrne. He's tried hard all day.
Definitely.
Liam Taylor's got it. Left half back for the Kangaroos. Taking his time. Crossed 28 and a half minutes. Taylor kicks long down the wing, but it's a lot of Blues back there. Ben Hyatt's got it. Shovels it back to Jaden Hines. Nice handball, finds Jacob Boyd in space. He takes a bounce straight away and kicks inside 50. One-on-one contest there. Over the shoulder of Oliver Atkins. He's got a chance to kick his second in this quarter. He'll take a free kick from 40 out, 45-degree angle. Very quiet now here at Windsor Park.
A lot of players with the hands on the hips and leaning over and looking forward to the siren to go in a few minutes' time. Ooh, might only be a minute or two's time.
Notice the crowd has dropped off noticeably since half-time, so I reckon a few have headed to UTAS Stadium.
I think that would be the reason.
So Oliver Atkins, as Malcolm mentioned, doesn't kick a lot of goals, but he's kicked one this quarter. Kicks to the town end, and he's kicked another one. 2 goals now to Oliver Atkins. And that's their, 8th goal of the quarter. So sort of we feared this might happen in the last quarter as the superior fitness level of the Blues might have taken hold. 26-16, 172 to 3-4-22. 8 goals for this quarter for the Blues.
Yeah, it's 13 scoring shots to 0. That's sort of the issue that Deloraine have got to contend with. They've got to be able to learn to play out games, and fitness is what it is. That's all it's about. It's just fitness. It's not attitude. It's not approach. It's not skill. It's just purely fitness. 30 minutes gone. 20 minutes to 5 here on City Park Radio. Coming up at 5 o'clock. Got Real in the Years program from 5 to 7. And the Rock Show from 7 to 9. A great night's entertainment coming up on City Park Radio. On the ball up, Gillow just gets another clearance comfortably. Bukalovic has it on the wing. Kicks towards the goal square. And coming out and taking the mark. I think that might be Presnell once again. Yes.
Now, Archie Wilkinson, have we spotted him recently?
I think he's off the field.
Siren sounds. I wonder if that's just to preserve him a bit for the state game next week. Tony might find that out if he gets a little bit of a chance to see if there's an injury there or not. So siren's gone. So after the siren, Lockie Presnell kicked a goal just a couple of minutes ago. Kicking to the town end. Sets it on its way. It's narrow all the way. So that's the end of the game here at Windsor Park. 26-17. 173. The final score for the Blues. And Deloraine 3-4-22. So 151-point margin in the end. So Tony will try and grab an interview post-game. Just your first thoughts, Malcolm.
First thoughts that Yes, the last quarter wasn't probably the best that Deloraine would like to look at, but I thought their endeavour overall compared to the previous time we've played them 5 or 6 weeks ago is immensely improved. And after we watched the Scottsdale game here 3 or 4 weeks ago where it was a 300-point margin, the results from this game, I think Deloraine would say that they are improving at a greater rate than Scottsdale are. I think overall Nick Milbourne's going to be happy with the game, happy with aspects of the game, and unhappy with some parts. But it's development and time for fitness and time for skill levels will come.
And 4 goals to 2 in that third quarter. I think Deloraine played their best footy.
That was their best footy.
And 6 goals to 1 in that first quarter. I mean, Launceston got off to a very fast start with Archie just on fire, 5 goals in no time. So there were parts of the game that were competitive. It's just that superior fitness, superior movement of the ball and skill that meant that the Blues were victorious on the day. So Tony now looks like he's butchering around there, looking for a player to grab. So we won't go to the goal kickers just yet because we might have to interrupt those. He's Tony looking for a player to interview. We'll get down. I think he might have Ben Hyatt down there. Ben Hyatt and Tony Webb. Far away.
For joining us on City Park, Ben. Well, quite an easy win in the end. What was your take on the game?
I thought we started off a bit slowly. I think we let them come through the middle a bit too much. They were getting easy kicks through the middle. We're a bit off defensively, but in the second half I thought we were good to rectify that. And I thought much better defensively. And we got a good score on the board in the end.
Yeah, now yourself last few years here, you've been mainly as a small forward. Yeah. This year you've made the move into the midfield, I believe. Yeah,
I'm really enjoying it actually. Just to add another string to my bow. Sometimes down there when you're a little forward pocket, it doesn't come down there very much. So I'm really enjoying just hunting the footy, getting around the ball and just helping my team out. So.
Yeah, now you also played for Tassie the other day, didn't you?
Tassie? No, I played in the rep game, yeah. We had a good first game, I think, against Northwest. We won by about 4 goals. I think the boys really dug in at UTAS. And last week, we copped a bit of a hiding from the South. They were a good side, good outfit, a lot of good players, but a lot of learnings. And I think we all really enjoy those games when all the best players come together. And a bit of camaraderie, good fun on the bus on the way back. So, yeah, always good.
Oh, that's good, because the week before you're actually playing against them because it was Launceston versus North here, which was a really good game, actually. What was your take on that particular game?
I thought that was a lot of improvement from our first game. I think we lost by about 10 goals, I think 80 points, yeah. So the boys really dug in. We stuck to our game plan. If a few things went our way, we could have won because we had a few missed shots, I think, in the last half. But a lot of improvement, and that's what we can ask for. As long as we keep improving and, hopefully won.
And as your coach says, as long as you keep enjoying it.
Yeah. And we're really enjoying it. Real tight bunch of lads over there. And I think a lot of us all grew up playing together, and it's really fun at the moment. Really good vibe down at the club, and can't ask for much more.
Tony, can you just can you just tell Ben that he had 43 possessions today?
I was going to mention that. Okay, we're there.
Yeah. Maybe, we'll see. I just thank my teammates. They'll help me out. They'll give me a lot of the ball, so I'll thank them. Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much for joining us. I'll just catch up with your teammates because they're still waiting for you. Thanks for joining us on City Park Radio, and good luck in the next few games.
Thanks. Is Fozzie and Grooms up there? Fozzie?
No, just Fozzie today.
Fozzie's here today.
Hey, Fozzie. How you going, mate?
Just wave there to my old mate Ben Hyatt from the old St Pat's days. Hey, great game today. Thanks, Tony, and thanks, Ben. Good interview there down on the ground. Okay, yeah, you got some of the stats there, Malcolm. We'll have a look at those in the goal kickers, then we'll wrap it up.
Well, we mentioned Ben with 43 possessions, who's outdone by his coach with 46. They both had double digits in most quarters. Even Jaden as well, 27 possessions with 10 in the last quarter. Bailey Gillow finished with 31. Angus Jeffries with 29. Dylan Farquhar continued the game with 26 possessions. They've had a smashing in terms of possessions. It was 426 to 252. So Deloraine had a lot of time with the ball chasing it. But they positioned with the tackles. They ended up almost beat Launceston in the tackle count 71 to 68. So that would be a real good tick for Nick Milbourne to work with. Inside 50, 69 to 28. It was 18 to 5 in the last quarter. Clearance-wise, Launceston won that clearly. We were at 12. the goal kickers for Launceston. Archie had 6 at half time, he still finished with 6. Finn Price 4, Jess Buller 3, Bailey Giddo 2, Colin McCormick 2, Oliver Atkins 2 in the last quarter, Jake Hines 2 goals, and another 7 players had just the 1. Same 3 goal kickers for Deloraine, Ben Blacklow, Darcy Hewitt and Jaden Last.
Fantastic. Well, Mark, it's been a pleasure working with you today.
Thank you very much for
Really
inviting me.
enjoyed it, and it's great reminiscing at half time about some of those old days.
And we look forward to the 150th anniversary night on the 12th of July down at the tail race. If you haven't got a ticket yet, go and grab one and come along and enjoy the night.
How do you get one?
Trybooking.com. If you
Okay.
go onto that website, you'll find, or the app and website, you'll find the Launceston Football Club event there and grab yourself a ticket.
Fantastic. Thanks to Malcolm today. Thanks to Tony on the boundary. Thanks to Chris Ball in the studio, doing a great job every week getting us to air. We really appreciate it. Thanks to Jason Blundell on the camera this afternoon. On the stream, did a great job. And that's all from us here at Windsor Park today in this round 9 encounter. The final score was Launceston 26-17, 173, defeated Deloraine 3-4-22. Bye for now.
Nicely done, boys. Well done, Malcolm. That was really good.